This is the complete guide to NBA 2K25. I can personally guarantee you that if you watch this entire video, you will be a monster by the end of it. Your win percentage will go up, your three-point percentage will go up, and the amount of girls that you get will go up because you are going to be a 2K legend. So smash the like button and let's get right into it. These are the top 10 mistakes that players are making in NBA 2K25. And I guarantee you, you are doing at least one of them. Mistake number one is changing your jump shot too frequently. And I know a lot of you that are watching this are making this mistake. You see, you load up with a jump shot and off rip, you might not hit as many shots as you'd like to. You guys are expecting to go 5 for 5 and 6 for 6 off rip when you first put a jump shot on. And to be completely honest with you, while that may happen sometimes, doing this all the time in NBA 2K25 since the game just dropped is not realistic. There are so many of you out there who will have one bad shooting game and you'll either change your release cue or you'll change one of your releases or you'll change your base. Guys, good things take time and you need to learn the jump shot before you give up on it. Trust me, especially if you're watching my channel, I am putting the best jump shots out there that I have tested myself to make sure that you will be a beast. So give yourself a chance to learn the jump shots before you just throw them away. Another mistake that so many people make is they are not running double Gatorade bars. Now, a lot of you guys know that you could go to the Gatorade training facility week in and week out and get an extra Gatorade bar for free. Some of you know this, but for whatever reason are just too lazy to do it. But guys, you are selling yourself short. Having that extra Gatorade bar is huge. It makes your green window bigger, it allows your dribble moves to be more explosive, and it's gonna help you be an overall better player. And stacking this with the other extra Gatorade bar that you can get by going to the boost and then buying this middle Gatorade thirst quencher, you are now having 2 extra blue bars on top of your stamina. It is only 500 VC and it is going to allow you to perform extremely better. So stop being a cheapskate and put your VC up. I know it's frustrating. I know you want to save VC, but you are going to make more VC in the long run by winning your games than if you're saving that VC and losing your games. Stop being lazy and get both of these bars. It's going to make a huge difference right away. And this ties into the next tip, which is refusing to buy boosts in general. Guys, a lot of you are out there playing this game and for whatever reason, you are unwilling to let go of your VC, guys. I'm telling y'all, it costs 200 VC to get jump shot boost and it costs 500 VC to get this thirst quencher. That is 700 VC a game that's going to improve your win percentage by at least 25%, guys. It is absolutely worth it. And listen, I'm not telling y'all to go buy every single one of these, but buy the ones that are prevalent for you. If you're an inside center, just get the rebounding pack, okay? It's gonna make you jump higher. It's gonna give you more rebounds. And I've seen people that are like, yo, I already have a 99.3. I don't need to buy jump shot boost. That is not true, by the way. Jump shot boost increase your green window. It also brings your ratings up, but even if you have a 99 in a rating, it increases your percentage and likelihood of it happening, okay? So if you have a 99 steal, you still need steal boost, guys. Do not sell yourself short. It's only 200 VC per category and it is absolutely worth it. Another mistake that a lot of you guys are making is playing wireless with your controller and then playing wireless through your internet, okay? It's very simple. When you are connected directly to something, you are going to have less latency, okay? So for your controller, you want it to be plugged directly into your console because it's going to give you the fastest response time and it's going to make you feel like your player is more responsive in general. The same thing with your internet. If you guys are playing on Wi-Fi, there's so many things that are connected to your Wi-Fi at home. It's not just going to be your Xbox or your PlayStation. It's going to be your phone. It'll be a tablet. It'll be a computer. You want to be directly plugged into the source if possible. Now, I know some of you guys out there don't have that luxury, but if you do, you will notice a drastic improvement off rip just by plugging in. You're going to be more responsive. You're going to make more shots. I'm telling you guys, it is absolutely worth it. And on that same token, some of you guys got to upgrade your internet. I see so many people that keep telling me like, yo, the park is real laggy and yo, it's buggy, it's this, it's that. It's not anymore. There was a period in time which the park was lagging a little bit. Now it's just your internet. So open up that wall a little bit, drop a little bit of money. That's all I'm going to say. Don't take it personal. I'm trying to help you guys get better. Another massive mistake that you guys are doing is for whatever reason, you're not subbed to my channel and watching the videos. Listen, I get it, guys. There are so many videos out there and there is so much going on. 10 minutes is a lot of time. But it's really not, guys. There are 24 hours in a day. And instead of watching my videos that I am making literally to make you a better player, you guys are watching and making builds like Victor Wembanyama builds and all of these things that are not going to lead you to success, guys. I post the best settings, jump shots, dribble moves, builds. I post the best everything. And not only do I tell you the best things, but I break down step by step on how you can use them to win games. So look, if you're watching this video right now and you do watch the channel, kudos to you because I know you've gotten better. But if your teammates aren't, send them the channel link, bro, and send them the videos that they need because it's going to make them a better player, which in turn is going to make you a better player. I have been harping on this one since day one, but one of the biggest mistakes that you people are making is not having your hot zones, guys. You have to have hot zones in this game. I am telling you right now, you need hot zones or you are going to struggle. So look, let me go ahead and show y'all because a lot of people keep asking me, yo, how do you get your hot zones? Yo, how do you get your hot zones? Which I answer, but you guys skip around the video and don't listen. I get it, 10 minutes too much. We all have TikTok brain, yada, yada, yada. But look, what you're gonna do. So look, you're gonna walk out, right? And you're gonna press select to pull up your map, okay? There are two different places you can do this. You can do this at the temple or you can do this at the dunes, okay? For this, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the dunes. When you come to the dunes, okay, you are gonna come over to the screen right here and you are going to play versus Danny Dunkman. You can play him over and over again. He is 5'7" and the dunes is on rookie. You are gonna play him over and over again and it is the easiest way to farm your hotspots. If you guys don't wanna do it like this, you can play MyCareer on rookie, okay? There are many options to get your hot zones, but you need to get them. I cannot stress it enough. You are not going to be a consistent shooter without your hot zones. I do not care if you have a 99.3 and a 99 mid-range. You are going to struggle without your hot zones, so take the time to get them. Another mistake that you guys are making is wasting your attribute points on builds. Now, I don't know where this common theme has come from of YouTube commenters where they're just like, yo, this build is trash because it only has a 70 ball handle and on my pure lockdown, I wanna have a 92 ball handle. You guys are trying to make these builds that do a little bit of everything, but you're struggling in the main area that your build is supposed to be potent in, okay? When you are making a lockdown build, for example, you need to have extremely high perimeter and extremely high steal. You do not need to have a 91 perimeter and an 87 steal and then say, well, Choc, I also got a 93 dunk. No. You are only going to dunk out of that corner 1 or 2 times a game. So let's focus on what you're gonna do all the time, okay? Focus on putting the attributes up that are most necessary for your build's role. If you are a 3-point shot hunter, you do not need to focus on getting your interior up for the one time a game that you get thrown in the paint. If you are a pure lockdown, you do not need to put your post control on 97 for the one time you touch the post a game. Put the attributes up for what you're going to be doing all the time. Focus in on your attributes and use them wisely. And if you are struggling on making builds in general, I have a million on this page. You can use it as a template and change it up for how you want to do it. Another mistake that people make is playing with your jump shot meter on. And I don't care, guys. It is 2024. You need to turn your meter off. But a lot of people don't even know how to do this. So look, I'm gonna go ahead and show you. You're gonna come over to Customize Hub, and this will allow you to do everything, okay? You can go ahead and change everything, visibility, all this stuff. Now look, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys right now, I have changed my perspective on how I wanted to do the jump shot meter, okay? So look, where is my meter at? Shot feedback. I have my shot feedback on all times. Now, if you guys are wanting instant greens, you put it on simple. If you put it on simple, as you can see, you get instant greens. I had it on simple for a day and I had to change it. The reason that I had to change it is because I noticed instead of looking at my player and watching the follow through, as soon as I would release the ball, I'm looking to the right to see what the feedback was. I like having it on all shots. You can pick whichever one you personally prefer. Pick the one that's gonna work for you, but I am using all shots. But a lot of people keep saying, yo, where do I turn this off? This is where you do that. And for all the best settings, tips, and tricks and everything you need to know, guys, I have a video of that on the channel. I have a video of everything you need to be better at the game. Just check the channel. You will find what you're looking for. Another mistake that people are making in general is not having the best controller, guys. And I'm gonna recommend 2 different controllers to you. A lot of you guys are gonna say, yo, what's the best PlayStation controller? And I don't wanna lie to y'all. I don't know because I only play Xbox. But look, the 2 controllers that I would recommend are an 8-bit and a Power A, okay? These are both very, very cheap controllers. You can get these for like $30 at Walmart. 8-bit, I think you gotta order online or on Amazon, but you can go to Walmart and buy a Power A for $30. Both of these controllers are better than this controller, okay? A lot of you guys are playing with the stock Xbox controller, and that's not gonna do it, okay? The latency on these controllers is bad. It just simply put is. I don't know why it is, but it's bad. And guys, trust me, I have a million of every controller. I have like 75 controllers laying around my room. I have tested all these, and a lot of people also don't know that every controller has a different latency and timing to it. So if you guys are struggling shooting with a controller, buy a different brand and you might have more success. Again, this is not sponsored. I have no affiliation with these companies, but I've had the most success using those two controllers. And there's other controller brands out there you can get, but I can't vouch for them because I've never used them. And last but not least, guys, you need to make sure that you are playing the game with positive takeover. Now, what does that mean? What is positive takeover? Positive takeover is making simple plays before you start trying to make extravagant plays, okay? When you make good plays, your takeover meter is always going up. And when your takeover meter is always going up, it's going to allow for the game to be much easier for you. A lot of you guys come out the gates and you want to make the game so hard. You want to shoot a limitless range three, or you want to try a contact knock off rip. And simply put, guys, that's just not going to work. What you need to do is you need to take your time and get your takeover up. Make the simple plays and make the game easier on yourself. When you guys watch me play too, listen, you can come watch in any stream. I'm currently live right now. You can come to any stream of mine and watch me play. And I'm always making the game simple on myself. I'm not coming out and shooting the toughest shot possible or some wicked step back off rip. I'm getting to an easy mid-range, or I'm throwing an easy slip. You want to build on these plays and make the game easier on yourself. And listen, a lot of people don't know this either, but Green Machine is still in the game, guys. Green Machine is still in the game. I talked about this in my shooting secrets. And if you guys are struggling to shoot, make sure you watch that video, because in 10 minutes, I guarantee you will become a better shooter. But these are the top 10 mistakes that players are currently making in NBA 2K25. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, or come to my stream and comment. I am live right now, and I will help you in any way that I can. I respond to every comment, YouTube or Twitch. I got y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate the support as always. It's your boy Choc. Stay tuned for more, and I'm out. Peace. Look at you staying around to the actual end of the video. So you already know, you get the bonus tip. And if you've made it this far, comment bonus. Now look, guys, this is something that I actually just figured out. Your hertz can change based on your capture card, okay? I was using an Elgato HD60S this year, and that only allowed me to play at 50 hertz. I am now up to 110 hertz on my Xbox just by switching my capture card. So for my guys out there who are looking to get a little bit smoother of gameplay, look at maybe upgrading your capture card, and it will help you lead to a smoother game and more greens in general. And again, I'm just throwing this tip in there because I didn't really even notice myself. I just upgraded it this year. I was playing at a disadvantage last year, but now I'm not, and that's why I'm absolutely chicken this year. NBA 2K25's release has been arguably the most controversial in history, as the new shooting mechanics have caused a major divide in the 2K community. Half of the players will tell you that the shooting is fine, while half of the players will tell you that this game needs to be patched ASAP. And my job today is to help you guys not only understand the shooting, but help you guys improve your game and combat against the shooting struggle. So do me a solid and smash the like button and sub to the channel if you guys are new. Now, before I tell you guys how to combat against the shooting, you need to understand what the RNG in the game is in the first place. See, a lot of you guys have been listening to YouTubers that are completely leading you astray. I have seen theories that if you make 2 shots in a row, you can't make a third. I have seen theories that you cannot shoot over 50% in a Playgrounds game. I have seen theories that if you shoot good one game, it is physically impossible to shoot good the next. So let's talk about the RNG that is in the game, which is the fact that the green window slides. So for those of you guys that don't know, on your shots, the green window timing is changing a little bit, but it is not making significant jumps one way or the other. It has already been proven that if you time your jump shot the exact same every single time, you can consistently green the shots. Now, the reason that they're doing this is very clear, and it's going over a lot of people's heads, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyways. NBA 2K24 had a major problem when it came to Zens and when it came to Titans, and this is their way to combat that, because the Zens and Titans are not going to be able to properly function with the way that they have set this up. Now, I know it is frustrating for a lot of people, but already let me go ahead and start by saying this. We are only a week and a half into 2K25, and people have already started to shoot significantly better. But today, I'm gonna teach you guys how to shoot the lights out. Now, there's a way to reset your algorithms, okay? You are going to reset your algorithms with a few different ways, okay? So look, before I even tell you guys how the algorithms can reset, I want you guys to know off rip that you can green every single shot without doing any of these things. It is physically possible. So please stop listening to these bozos that are leading you astray and convincing you that your user errors are not a thing. These people are telling you that RNG is the reason why you are missing. RNG is why you are losing games. You are not physically capable of timing these things. And guys, I'm sorry, I hate to burst a bubble, but that is just simply not true. While RNG plays a factor, you can green every single shot in this game. So I'm gonna put you guys on my methods, okay? There have been some things that I have been doing to shoot the ball better, okay? Currently for the year, I am shooting 57% 57% from three. And I would say that since I started understanding the game, because again, keep in mind, first couple of days, you don't have hot zones. You don't really know how the game works. We don't know that there's RNG in the game. Ever since I've started to understand the game, I am shooting closer to around the 63 to 68% mark. And I know you guys can too. So look, let me go ahead and put you guys on game. The first method that I like to do, number one, is you want to limit the amount of times that you rush a three, okay? So you guys just saw me right there, right? I caught the ball, I waited till my stamina regained all the way, and then I shot the three. So part of what this quote unquote RNG factor is this year is your stamina, okay? So a lot of people go, yo, I don't understand when my jump shot slows down and it's so random. It's actually not random. Based on your stamina and how many adrenaline bars you have is going to be the speed of your jump shot. So when you are at a full stamina, 3 adrenaline, full stamina, you are going to get significantly cleaner shots than if you were have to dribbled 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, lost an adrenaline bar, and were to be blinked. So if you guys watch in these gameplays, I like to be cognizant of like, okay, let me not force some things. Let me pass it away or throw a slip or do these things that will be much easier to green. Something else I want you guys to know is the corner has a pure green window, okay? A lot of people aren't gonna know about this. The corner shot is 100% greenable 100% of the time. And if you guys watch me play at all, you will see that I will get to the corner a lot. But I can tell you firsthand that once you hit 5+ dribbles, your algorithm is going to start to tweak. Now, I haven't really told you the method yet on what I do to combat making so many in a row, and I will start getting into that now. But I wanted you guys to understand the stamina and adrenaline aspect before I even got into that, because a lot of people don't understand why they are dribbling the air out of the ball for 23 seconds and then they cannot make shots. If you guys notice, I like to play a lot of my game without the ball in my hand, because as you saw that dude right there, he just did 3, 4, 5 moves, came off the screen, and he's not making it. Meanwhile, I'm catching the ball in the corner, 100% green window, and greening it. Now, something to note, and this is the method that I like to do a lot of the times when I'm playing the game, is look, first of all, off rip, I very rarely want to start the game just firing up a three. I am not saying that you cannot green a three when you do this, but starting a game by firing up a quick three, especially just catch, shoot, shot, is a recipe for disaster. You usually want to wait a few seconds before you let it go. Now, I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, Choc, this is stupid. Like, you shouldn't have to do this to make shots. Look at that right there. Did you guys notice that I paused, let my stamina come back, and then I'm making these shots? All you can do is play the cards that you are dealt. So while you might think that these things are dumb, this is the game that we are currently playing. So let me put you on the algorithm on how to reset stuff, okay? A lot of people know nothing about this, so it's time for me to go ahead and put y'all on game. Go ahead and thank me later. Smash the like button. Let me know in the comment section, because I already know you guys are gonna be coming back like, yo, I started following these tips and it's been crazy. So look, first of all, as I already said, the corner has a pure green window, and you will notice this. Try this for yourself. Dribble the air out of the ball and run and shoot a shot in the corner. I guarantee you will still be able to green it. The corner has one of the purest green windows in the game. But there are other things that you need to do in order to reset. Number one, it's about not just chucking threes up. So a lot of the time, I don't know if you guys will notice, but I will take these fading midi jump shots. I've already talked about in other videos that fadeaway jump shots have the same green window in the middies as a standstill does. So taking a fadeaway shot is going to be easier for you to get off, it's gonna be more open, and it's going to reset your algorithm. Now, you don't necessarily have to reset your algorithm, right? You can make 4, 5, 6 threes in a row, and I've already done this, shown it on stream, yada, yada, yada. But you do have to be a little bit more patient in order to do that. You cannot just catch, shoot, catch, shoot, catch, shoot, catch, shoot. You are going to miss if you do that, because your green window is gonna slide. Not because they won't allow you to green it, but you're gonna time it the exact same way while your window is sliding. So I've already talked about mid-range jump shots and getting to the corner for that 100% pure green window, but another way to completely reset is just to throw the slip or hit somebody else to do something. And honestly, when I say hit somebody else, you can quite literally turn the ball over and get your stuff reset. Now, obviously, I would not recommend you guys to just say, you know what, I've made 3 shots in a row, let me turn the ball over so I can get my window back. But what I am saying is when you get the ball out of your hands, it completely resets. So if I make 3 shots in a row, right, and I go turn the ball over, I'm back at square one. I mean, it's like I'm on a fresh slate. If I make 3 shots in a row and I throw a slip, I'm on a fresh slate. And again, what I am trying to say in this situation, this does not mean that every time you score 3 straight baskets, you need to pass the ball. But what I am saying is if you want to have that steady green window, if you want to have that typical timing, if you want to have the jump shot that you know you don't have to be prepared for earlier or later or anything like that, if you want to have the most steady and consistent timing and shoot 71% like you just saw in that top right corner, these are the ways to do it. Now, as the game has been out and as I've continued to play, I haven't had to do these that much because I'm starting to figure out like, okay, right there, I'm getting straight to the corner and that's gonna be the exact same timing. Again, getting straight to the corner is gonna be the exact same timing. Now, as you guys start to play the game, you're gonna start learning how the green window slides. Now I know when I need to release it a little bit early as opposed to when I need to release it a little bit later. And it's all about how many shots you make in a row. So what I've learned from my experience is that the more shots that you have made in a row, the more your takeover is up, the quicker you're gonna need to release the jump shot. Whereas if you're not playing as good, your takeover is lower, you're gonna need to hold it a little bit longer. So these are just some things that you should keep in mind as you're playing. Now, again, keep in mind, I don't think that these are as noticeable as everybody else does. In fact, as I've continued to play the game, I have struggled less and less ever since I started being cognizant of my stamina, of my adrenaline, and where I'm at on the court. To keep it very simple for you, bro, the more you dribble, the less likely you're gonna be to make a jump shot. And for those of you guys who will be mad at that and say, yo, that's stupid, it's the same thing in real life. The more you dribble the basketball, the less you are going to make a shot. It is just a fundamental fact, and that is the principle that they are trying to follow in 2K. It's just something to be aware of. Now, a lot of people are like, yo, we need the pure green window back. We need the pure green window back. And the reason that this bothers me is up until this year, half of y'all did not know what a pure green window even was because NBA 2K24 was the first 2K to even implement a pure green window. You guys have been playing 2K for years and did not realize that this current algorithm that we are playing with has been in the game the entire time. And I think a lot of you guys are really overlooking a lot of important points here because you guys think that this one patch changes one thing, and unfortunately, guys, that's just not the case. When we look at 2K's track record, once they start patching things, they don't stop. And I hate to break it to you guys, but once they patch something, a lot of builds become obsolete, okay? If you guys have made a build, right? Let's say you've made a build like I did. I have a 99 three-pointer, okay? I made this build with the fact in mind that shooting is not easy. And if I wanna be a top tier shooter, I need to be in the 90+ range. Now, if they make shooting completely easy, let's say they make it so easy, pure green window, yada, 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 all these buzzwords that you guys like to use, you are going to go back to have to make a new build because what's gonna end up happening is 6'8" are gonna dominate the game again. You're gonna have 75 three-pointers that shoot like 95s. And then at that point, there's no need to even have a high rating in the game. And for the first time, 2K has actually made attributes matter. How many years have we been able to play 2K and a 70 three-pointer could green like a 90? I remember in 2K20, I had a two-way slashing playmaking demigod and it shot just like my pure green pie charts, okay? It literally, my playmaking defender was shooting the same as a pure green. That's not how the game is supposed to be. The same way for the first time this year that a 25 layup will miss, okay? Because think about it. How many years have we been able to just say, you know what? You can put 25 layup on, you're gonna make wide open layups. Whereas if with a 25 three-pointer was dropping, you guys would be pissed. If a 25 block was swatting shots, you'd be pissed. So it's like for the first time, they have finally made all of these ratings matter. A 70 cannot shoot 80% from three. It's like for the first time, they have finally made a game where different attributes all hold weight. Every single year, 2K has had attributes that have been completely obsolete and completely useless. And now they finally set it up to where these things matter, and we're mad because it's not like the old game. And I think it bothers me even more is because like last year, I remember everybody crying that you could hit reds and that contest didn't matter. When you go back to a pure green window, you're going to hit reds. You are going to hit lightlies. The contest is not gonna matter. And I think what bothers me even more is when you guys talk about your peak 2K games. I see so many of you like, yo, 2K15, 16, 17 were the best games of all time. Every 2K sucks now. They had this shooting in it. So we have reverted back towards old shooting, and now that you guys are getting a taste of a game that you guys loved, you don't like it anymore. And I think it's just frustrating because it's like, I understand that once we start patching things, the game will go downhill in so many ways. I'm gonna be completely real with you guys. The game is in a good state right now. This has been a good drop. minus all the BS complaining crybaby stuff that people are doing because they couldn't shoot with no hot zones and no badges, this has been a really good NBA 2K release. And I know a lot of you guys don't remember last year, but last year around this time, people were crying that shooting slump was in the game. A lot of you guys don't even remember shooting slump, where people would miss 2 or 3 shots in a row and they would get shooting slump. You guys have been bricking at the start of 2K every year. None of you load up the first week and are a god. I don't know where this narrative has come from, but that is not a thing. But guess what? As time goes on, everybody starts getting good at the game, and that's exactly what I am starting to see in NBA 2K25. The average player that I am playing is now shooting very good. It's just the truth of the matter. The natural progression of the game is that people are going to get better. It should be a challenge. If you are loading up a game and in the first week you are shooting 70, 80, 90%, the game is cooked. It's cooked. Because imagine when you have your hands on the game for over a month and you've learned every good animation and you know the shot timing like the back of your hand, you're never going to miss. We actually, for the first time in a long time, have a challenge when it comes to this game. There are multiple play styles to win. You can really use any build right now and be successful with it. I have seen people running 5'9s. I'm running a 6'3. I've seen people using 6'8s. They're using post scores. There is no meta right now in NBA 2K25, and that is because the design of the game has been phenomenal. And a lot of you guys overlook these points because you listen to these YouTubers that suck at the game and they're telling you things that just simply put are not true. There was literally a narrative that you could not green 3 shots in a row. That's how down bad this player base has become, bro. That you couldn't green 3 shots in a row. That was debunked so fast, but there are still people that are running around with that narrative. And I want you guys to understand that if you guys are losing games and you feel like it's because the RNG, you feel like the RNG is holding you back, I hate to break it to you guys, but you guys are not the only ones that are going to get a patch, guys. Like, you understand that, like, not only your green window goes up, right? Like, the guys that are beating you, they're gonna make more shots too. So while you might make a few more shots, you're losing games and they are going to make way more than you. It's just the natural way that the game goes. I'm just being honest, guys. Like I said, I have been playing 2K for a long time. I have been playing 2K since NBA 2K5. And I just understand that once we patch something, there's no going back. Because once you patch and cater to one demographic, you have to patch and cater to all demographics. And the more patches we have, the more money we have to spend, the more time we have to spend making new builds, doing this, doing that. And I'm just gonna be real with y'all guys. Sometimes change isn't for the best. The grass is not greener always on the other side. And all I'm asking you guys to do is to consider these things before you blindly push for them. Because once we get a patch and once something actually changes, they're not reverting it, guys. Once we get a gameplay update and they change the green windows and they change the RNG and this, that, and the third, there is no going back. So I just want you guys to factor all that in and be smart and cognizant of what you're posting, because once we go one way, there is no going back. But listen, these methods, I promise you, are going to allow you to combat the current state the shooting is in. And I'm telling you guys, you will have an edge on your opponents solely for the fact that you understand shooting. A lot of people hate this game right now because they simply put just do not understand what they are playing. Their brain cannot comprehend what is going on the back end, and that is why they are struggling. These are 5 pro tips that are going to instantly improve your dribbling. Now, tip number 1 is a goodie, okay? Look, I'm gonna show you guys all of these moves in action so that you can understand how to apply this to your own game. But look, a lot of people don't do this, okay? A lot of people equip hop shots and they just think, okay, hey, I'm gonna use my hop shot to shoot it. I'm just gonna run and I'm gonna hop shot and I'm gonna shoot it. Look, that is, in my opinion, not what hop shots on this game are for. Hop shots are in order to create space. So understand that everything that I'm about to show you would look much quicker in the game because in the MyCareer, for whatever reason, your badges are not equipped, okay? So your player is nowhere near as fast in here as it would be in another game mode. But when I'm using hop shots, look, I'm pulling down on the right stick and I'm using it to create space. It looks super slow in here, okay? I was doing this before and I was like, man, it looks way slower than it would in a game. But I'm using hop steps and hop jumpers in order to get space. I am never using a hop jumper to do this because that is never, and I'm talking never, going to beat anybody. But what is going to beat someone is if you run and step back and then you get that little explosive burst. You guys see that explosive burst that I'm getting from the move? But you need to use these to get space. So look, you're doing a dribble move, right? And then you're running away, you cross over, you use a step back to get space, boom, explode out of it. The explosion that you get out of hop steps is what makes them good. You do not want to use hop steps to actually shoot off of. You want to use hop steps to get explosiveness, to get more open looks. Another tip I have for you guys immediately is to knock out this Luka Doncic step back, okay? Now you can do this at any given point. All you are doing is literally holding right trigger and flicking down on your stick, okay? It looks simple, but that is the most effective move in the game right now. I'm talking people will just go boop, and it's like, for some reason, nobody can stay in front of it and nobody can guard it. And you can do it at any given point. You could literally be standing here and go like that. And the way the contest system is right now, you're probably going to get open off of it. So you can combo this in a lot of ways. Let's say you're running one way and you snatch back, boom. And like I was saying, let's say like you used in tip 1, you've been using hop steps to get your spacing going that way, right? So this time, let's say that they're playing it. He expects it. So you act like you're running right, you snatch them back, it's gonna get you to the 3-point line, and you're gonna get an easy 3. When you start becoming an effective dribbler, you do not have to be Steezo, okay? Let's be serious. A lot of us cannot do these crazy dribble moves that he can. But what you can do is use smart and effective dribble moves that are going to get you guys open. I am not a dribble god. I am not somebody that is claiming to be the best dribbler ever. But what I am telling you is I am going to use these simple moves that are going to get open, okay? So boom, I've been running, I've been cooking, snatching them, getting my space, making open shots. It's very simple, guys. You can use these tricks to kill people. I'm telling you, this Luka step back works in any situation. You can do it, cross out of it, do it again, boom, do it again, boom. I'm telling you, it might not look crazy, but it is very hard to guard. I consider myself to be an elite defender, and I struggle with guarding this move. As you can see, moving that way, boom, kill him. I'm rim running, just kidding. It's one of those things that depending on your play style, you're going to add it and incorporate it in different ways. But for me, I'm somebody that's doing a lot of fades. So I'm catching the ball, I'm acting like I'm running a fade, snatch them, take 3. Like I said, that is arguably the best move in the game. It doesn't get a lot of space, but it really kills people. I don't know why. It's not lightning quick, it's not lightning fast, but it is so hard to guard. My next dribbling tip is using go-to shots, but not using them to actually shoot the ball, okay? So for those of you guys that don't know, you trigger a go-to shot by holding the right trigger and holding up on the stick, okay? Now look, as you guys can see, that was a go-to shot. Now with a go-to shot, with the new shot canceling system this year, I can cancel out of this at any time, okay? So look, I'm doing a move, cancel. Starting it up, cancel it. Doing a move, canceling, okay? So you are going to get, kind of like I was saying with the hop steps, you are going to get really good boosts out of these moves, okay? And again, the MyCareer is very, very slow. This is not the greatest representation of the speed and the space that you are able to get. And this is on a 6'6" player. For my 6'3" and below players, it's going to be even faster. If you can dribble on a 6'6" and get space on a 6'6", you can certainly apply it on a 6'3". But like I'm saying, okay, I do not use the rhythm shot at all. I am never sitting there and using the rhythm shot to actually use it. But what I am using it to do is that right there, okay? And what you guys need to do is you need to use this and cross over the opposite way. So I put it between the legs, now I'm going the opposite way. Same type of thing. I'm doing it here. It's in my left hand, I'm using it to cross. As you guys can see, that is getting a lot of space and it's going to be hard to guard. And if you have the right rhythm dribble on, and I'm gonna show you guys all my SIGs soon. If you guys have the right ones on, it is very hard to figure out which way the opponent is going to go. So again, I'm holding it up. And again, if you guys are somebody that wants to shoot that shot, the green window on it is bigger, but I'm not really a great shooter with the stick. I'm gonna be real. I solely use this to dribble. This is my main form of dribbling. The hop steps and then the rhythm shots are easily my main focuses when it comes to dribbling right now. But as you guys can see, I'm getting a ton of space. Again, the MyCareer is a little bit delayed, but I'm getting a lot of space and it gets me to my spots and I'm able to make more shots and create more separation from the defense. Another tip that I have for you guys, and again, it's very simple. One thing about dribbling in this game is it's very simple, guys. You don't have to do too much to create space, but look, all you have to do is, you know how I was just saying you would hold RT up to get into your rhythm shot? All you're gonna do in this situation is flick it, okay? If you flick it up, you will trigger a combo, okay? And with these combos, boom, so I'm flicking it up, right? Boom, I'm getting the space. One thing that I like to do is get my space. I like to go the opposite direction. Now, sometimes I'll go the same direction and I'll get a nice little speed boost out of it and I'll go the same direction. But majority of the time, I am using this to go the opposite direction because the opposite direction is giving you the best launches. You can see that right there is a good launch. Again, I keep reiterating that the MyCareer is slower. So imagine in a game when my badges are all popping up, boom, knocking that out, going the opposite way, getting into my fade. A lot of y'all need to get that fade into your bag, bro. And if you guys don't know how to fade or are struggling to shoot, check out the channel. All of my shooting secrets are on there, and they are going to make you guys a way better NBA 2K25 player. But yeah, I also have videos for everything. Like whatever you're struggling with, check out the channel. I have every video posted at this point. But look, all you do is flick up on the stick, and it dribbles for you, okay? It's literally dribbling for you. And again, you can put on any stigs that you want. I will show mine at the end of the video, but it literally dribbles for you. So make the life easy on yourself. Get these 4 combos down and you will be solid. My 5th tip that I have for you guys is working on jigging with your left stick. Now this goes against the grain, and a lot of people are gonna hear this and go, I don't like this, bro. I wanna dribble with my right stick. No, bro, look. It's very simple, dog. All you're gonna do is use this left stick to get space. And again, this looks stupid, but I promise you, this is hard to guard. That left stick jigging is very, very hard to guard. If you guys are not following me on Twitch, go follow me on Twitch. I am playing 2s probably right now, and I am using majority left stick. I'm using that left stick. Look at the space that I just got. No time wasted whatsoever. And as you guys can see, I'm running this way, I'm spinning this way, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. That stuff is hard to guard, bro, especially with a screen. You don't even really have to be a great right stick dribbler this year. All you need to do is create your space. And you can create your space simply by just using your left stick, bro. Like, use your left stick and run around. This stuff is hard to guard, dog. I promise you. A lot of you guys try to make this game too complicated on yourself. And you're trying to do these things that you don't need to do. Another benefit of like the left stick dribbling is look at my stamina. My stamina doesn't really drop, okay? It's not one of these things where I'm flicking and doing 17,000 moves. Look at this. I've been flicking my right stick, and look at where my stamina is at. My stamina is so much lower. Meanwhile, with the left stick, let me go ahead and get my stamina at the top of the key back real quick. With my left stick, I can do all this, and my stamina is not going down. It's not going down. Look at my stamina. My stamina is still in the blue bar. I am hard to guard, and my stamina is still in the blue bar. So keep this in mind, okay? You want to use all 5 of these things that I just told you and mix it up, okay? The beauty of scoring and being a good dribbler and just being a good 2K player in general is keeping the defense guessing. And you do that by having these things in your arsenal. So as you guys can see, I'm comboing these things right now. I did my little snatch back. Now I'm doing a step back, crossing over, and making my easy fade. But balancing these 5 tips out is what's going to make you guys a better dribbler. Now my bonus tip, okay, you guys know I never just end the video on the number that it says. I'm always gonna give you a bonus. So if you made it to this point in the video, comment bonus, I appreciate it. Look, if you guys are using this the right way, right? You should be saving your right stick dribbles for when it's go time, okay? So as I was talking about, I'm using my left stick a lot, right? Boom, get my space, get my space, get my space, get my space. Now I'm snatching back. You want to wait on your right stick dribbles because the right stick dribbles is going to use the majority of your stamina. So you want to have as high of stamina as possible because that's going to keep your green window bigger. The more you dribble, the more you burn stamina. The less stamina that you have, your green window starts to go like this. This is a representation of your green window as your stamina starts to drop. So you don't want that. You want your stamina to be high. So boom, as you can see, I'm making him guess. He doesn't know where I'm going. Shoot, I don't even know where I'm going. Get in my space, now I'm going. You just want to make sure that your stamina is high. And look, I just missed that, right? I missed that because my stamina had dropped. So it's a little bit harder for me to reiterate it, like showing you guys and pointing things out, but you want to use that left stick as much as possible, and you want to really save your right stick until it's kill time. When it's kill time, you want to use that right stick. So when I've gotten a little bit of space and I want to step back and then now get my space, that's when I want to start implementing my right stick. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to give you guys 10 reasons why you're missing jump shots in NBA 2K25. This is one of the developers of NBA 2K, and he is literally tweeting my video out talking about I know what I'm talking about. So reason number 1 is that NBA 2K25 added a MyCourt for you to shoot in this year, and a lot of people are going to the MyCourt to practice their jump shots, okay? Because now you have the ability to shoot on the different difficulties. You can change your shots. There's no real penalty. However, what a lot of you guys are not factoring in is the only way to actually learn your jump shot is to go into that specific game mode and shoot, okay? Because in the MyCourt, keep all this in mind. You have no latency, you have no other people that you're playing versus, it's just you shooting at max stamina all the time. It's not realistic, okay? It's almost like, I'll give you a perfect example. When you play quick match, for example, let's say you play quick match and you use Stephen Curry, or even if you play quick match and you play MyCareer, the timing of your jump shot in these offline game modes, which essentially is what the MyCareer is. The timing of the jump shot in these offline game modes is nothing in comparison to when you actually have latency, your Wi-Fi is actually being put on. It's just two completely different timings. So the only way to really learn your jump shot is to go into the game mode that you guys play and work on it. I know it's frustrating. I know you guys might miss a little bit at first, but it is worth it in the long run. The next tip that I have for you guys is a lot of you guys are still currently playing on TVs. And guys, listen, it is 2024. I am not saying that you have to buy a monitor, but I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. When it comes to timing-based games, which is what 2K is, okay? Shooting is a timing-based game. You are going to want to have as a little delay as possible, and buying a monitor is going to set you above the rest of the people that you are playing versus. And don't worry, you do not have to break your bank. There are very cheap monitors out there for you to choose from. You can get a brand new monitor as cheap as $100, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, with Facebook Marketplace and eBay and Goodwill and things like that, you can get even cheaper monitors. You do not have to have the best monitor ever, guys. I was playing on the lowest scale of monitors until this year, okay? I have been using the worst monitor that you could possibly get. It was $100. I've been using it since 2019. So you guys will be fine, but I'm telling you, a monitor or TV is going to make a world of a difference. And I'm gonna let y'all know right now, when you first get a monitor, you will struggle to shoot because you're not gonna be delayed anymore. It's going to be game changing for you. Stick with the process, it will be worth it. Another reason that you are probably missing an NBA 2K25 is very simply put, and it might seem like it's like an obvious one, but for some of you, you can't seem to grasp it. Your 3-point rating might be too low. Now, I know a lot of you guys like to play on these builds that have all of these stats. You want to have 96 driving dunk and 95 interior and 93 ball handle. And the one thing that you want to sacrifice is your shooting. Guys, if you're not a great shooter, why are you playing on a build that has low shooting? It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's not logical. Like, if the worst part of my game was defense, I would want to compensate in my build. I would want to say, hey, okay, my defense isn't the best, so maybe I should put my defense up a little bit because I struggle in that area. You don't want to take something that you struggle at and then make it harder on yourself. Like, you're making it be like when it rains, it pours. Like, what are you doing? If you are not somebody that is a great shooter, you probably need to play on a build that has a higher 3-point rating. Stop selling yourself short and switch your build up. Another reason why you guys are missing shots in NBA 2K25 is you guys are playing the game at negative takeover. And I've broken this down in advance in my shooting secrets video, which you guys should check out after this one. But you guys are playing the game at negative takeover. And what that means is that you guys are not allowing yourself to get takeover before you start doing tougher things. You do not need to go stand at the limitless range and let that be your first shot. What you need to do is do something easier. You need to get an assist. You need to make an open midi. You need to make a foot on the line 3. You need to make a defensive stop. You need to do something that is going to get your takeover meter to go forward. And once you do that, then you can start doing a little bit tougher things. But a lot of you guys off rip when a game starts are trying to do these crazy shots or these deep fadeaways and doing moves that just simply put are not going to go in. And that's why you guys are shooting 30% rather than shooting the 70% that you could be like the gods on the game. Another reason that you guys are missing an NBA 2K25 is your equipment is bad. I'm just gonna shoot you guys straight. You guys are playing on bad internets. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It is 2024, and as the consoles get more powerful and the gameplay gets more powerful, and a game like 2K, having bad internet is going to cost you. You know what I mean? It's either gonna cost you in real life because you're gonna open up your wallet, you're gonna pay a little bit more, or it's gonna cost you on the court by missing more open shots than anybody else. Now, my workaround for this, guys, is if you are somebody, I remember when I was a kid, right? When I was a little kid, my parents didn't have good internet, okay? I lived in a household where our internet was absolutely terrible. If you are somebody that does not have good internet, my advice to you guys is to make builds that go around that, okay? Like, if you are somebody that just has terrible internet, but you love 2K, make an inside center, make a lockdown build. Don't play something like a pure sharp where the skill set requires you to be a shooter. Work with what you got. But if you guys have money and you can afford it, you can get relatively cheap internet, and you don't got to go ahead and get 5,000 up, 5,000 down, but just getting to 100 upload and 100 download is going to make a world of a difference for you. But another reason that you guys are missing shots is you're not watching the videos on the channel, guys. I have the best videos for everything. I have all of my shooting secrets, my jump shots, my animations, everything you need to be a beast at the game is on the channel. So sub up and check it out. A major reason that you guys are missing an NBA 2K25 is you have not figured out yet, and I'm going to go ahead and put y'all on, that there are different timings for off the catch shots and off the dribble shots, guys. There are 2 different jump shot timings, and honestly, the off the catch shot can really change, because if you are catching a pass from somebody who has lower pass accuracy, right? If you are getting a pass from somebody that has 65 versus somebody that has 93, your timing on that is going to be completely different. The higher the pass accuracy is going to lead to a cleaner catch, which is going to lead to a more stable timing. Whereas if they have a lower pass accuracy, it might be a bobbled catch. It might be something that makes you hitch or load up, and that's going to make your shot timings change. And then off the dribble is also a completely different timing. You got to factor in where your stamina is at. Are you high stamina? You know, the higher the stamina that you are, the more likely it is to be a normal shot. Whereas if you dribble too much and your stamina is low, it's gonna slow your shot down. And again, if you guys have any questions about that, let me know in the comment section. I would love to break down shooting and the different timings. I got you. A major reason why you're missing an NBA 2K25 is you don't have hot zones. Now, I have been stressing in every single video that you need hot zones, guys. Hot zones are more important this year than ever. I cannot stress enough that hot zones are the difference between making jump shots and missing jump shots. And if you don't have them, you are selling yourself short. I know it's annoying, guys. Listen, if anybody knows what grinding a build is like and how annoying it can be, it's me. I can't stand playing versus a computer. But go in MyCareer on rookie, go to the dunes and shoot over Danny Dunk, man. Get your hot spots. Your teammates will thank you, and your three-point percentage will certainly thank you. I'm telling you guys, that is a major difference. Another tip that I have for you guys is, look, I know you guys hate this, and this is where people come in the comment section, they're like, Choc, I can rock with your videos until you start saying this, bro. Like, I'm a fan of you, but the fact that you keep promoting this is crazy. You need to buy boosts and you need to buy Gatorade. Choc, why would you promote this? Look, guys, I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. My goal is to help you guys be better. I'm not making any money off you guys buying boosts or VC. They don't pay me. 2K pays me nothing. I'm just trying to help y'all out. And the truth of the matter is this: if you want to perform at the top tier level, the best you can be, you gotta buy Gatorade and you gotta buy Boost. You're gonna buy the thirst quencher that gets you an extra blue bar, and then you're gonna buy a jump shot boost. It is 700 VC a game. It is absolutely worth it. If you guys are so opposed to buying the Gatorade, what you need to do is you need to go to the Gatorade facility and do the workouts, because it gets you a blue bar for the whole week. It gets you a little stamina bar for the whole week. I like to have both, and there's a major difference when you have both versus when you have one or none. But if you can only do that because you are so opposed against buying VC for whatever reason, be my guest. Every controller has different latency, okay? Now, for shooting specifically, in my opinion, the 8-bit do, 8-bit DO, okay? You guys keep saying, what is an 8-bit? What is an 8-bit? The 8-bit do, 8-bit DO. This is the best controller when it comes to shooting, purely shooting. And again, this is not a sponsored video. I get no cut back from this. I'm just trying to make sure that people that watch my videos are the best they can be. That is the best shooting controller. The second best, in my opinion, is a PowerA, guys. You can get either of these controllers for like 30 bucks. You can buy them on Amazon. You can buy them at Walmart. The one controller I would not use is the standard controller. And that goes for PlayStation as well. You do not want to use these stock controllers. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but they are built in with latency. I don't know what it is about the design or however they made them. I don't know if it's because they're heavier or what, but they have a ton of latency. So keep that in mind, guys. It'll cost you about $30 to get one of these off-brand controllers, and they're cheaper in the long run, and they work better and are gonna lead to more greens. Welcome to the build guide. 3 builds for every position. You are guaranteed to find a build that will fit your play style. This video is time-stamped for your viewing pleasure. All I ask is that you guys like the video and share it with a friend or teammate that need a build. What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Choc, and we are back with my 4th year of the build guide. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, I have been doing the build guide every single year. Basically, what I do is I get 3 builds for each position, and I tell you why you could use them. I try to focus on every game mode, and I make sure that no matter what your play style is, you guys are going to be able to find a build that suits you. And this is no different, okay? I never drop the build guide the first day, the second day. After the first week, I find out how the gameplay is going. I test builds out. I get my other people that are comp to test their positions out, and I come up with a build guide to make sure that you guys are getting the best possible build. So buckle up your seatbelt. Again, this video is time-stamped for your viewing pleasure, so you guys can go straight to the position that you want. But yeah, off rip, we are going to start with a 5'9" point guard. Now, a lot of people ask me, yo, is a 5'9" valuable? Can I use a 5'9"? Here's the deal with these 5'9" builds. If you guys are playing 5v5 or 3v3 and you guys are not guarding ball and you are just looking to be somebody that is guarding the corner and, you know, just playing a primary point guard role, these 5'9" point guards are very potent on the offensive end. As you guys can see with the cap breakers, you are going to have a 99.3, and that is basically 399 overall attributes off rip on this build. Now, obviously, you are sacrificing in terms of height, okay? Again, you got to give some to take some. So in order to get 399 attributes, you do have to give up a little bit of height, but with many marksmen in the game, 5'9" are very viable in terms of offense. They are extremely fast, and the contest system is not overly cracked out, okay? You are not getting super punishments for being on a little build. The only punishment you're gonna have is on the defensive end. You are gonna have to stay dialed because you are going to be hunted on defense. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Anytime I play a 5'9", we are going right at him. But as you guys can see, we have made a two-way, three-level shot creator. This is one of the most solid, well-rounded 5'9" builds on the game currently. And if you guys are looking for a 5'9", I would recommend that you guys check that one out. Now let's go ahead and get into this next build right here. As you guys can see, we're going with a little bit different of a build. As you guys can see, we're going 6'6" on the height. We're gonna up our weight a little bit. And anytime you guys start to see the weight go up, you guys can automatically assume that we're gonna have a little bit of perimeter, okay? Because perimeter is attached to weight this year. So for those of you guys who are watching this video, you will start picking up on some common themes. This build right here is going to be a very, very solid and well-rounded two-way build, okay? I am going very slow on making these builds. That way you guys can follow me step by step, because this is what happens. Let's say, for example, I was going really fast and you guys accidentally did 72 layup right there. You guys are cooked for the rest of this video because your stats are gonna be all messed up. Make sure that you guys go slow, walk through and follow me, and then you guys are gonna be much better off. But as you guys can see, the last build was 5'9". This is a 6'6" build. Now, for my people that are just getting the game and looking to make a build, 6'6" builds at the current moment are not that fast. They are a little slow, but the way I keep telling people to look at it is like this. We are one good dribble style or one good dribble move away from having 6'6" supremacy in the game, okay? For those of you guys who played NBA 2K24, 6'6" were insane. And we are one or two dribble moves away from it being the same thing. One thing I can tell you about playing on my 6'6" is you do not get contested. You do not get contested at all, especially when it comes to fades, like these midi fades and these pull-up threes. It is very hard to get contests on the 6'6" builds. Now, as you guys can see, this build is a legitimate two-way. At 6'6" with a 6'7" wingspan, you have a 95 perimeter and a 91 steal to go along with an 80 driving dunk and a 93 3. This build is extremely well-rounded, and I'm telling you guys, if you guys are looking for a build that you can play twos with, that you can play threes with, any build really besides 5v5 point guard, and again, you could probably get away with it, but I just wouldn't recommend it over the other builds. This build is extremely solid, and you could even play the 1v1 court with this build. Like, I like to make builds that can play multiple game modes because you just never know what you're feeling for the day, okay? One day, your center duo might not be around, and then you're cooked. You know what I mean? Because if you made a 5'9" and your squad's not around, you're not going to be able to go hop on the ones court. You're not going to be able to go hop on, you know, the twos court. You're kind of cooked. So I like to make builds that can play multiple game modes. Now, if you guys are big money, you know what I'm saying, y'all are balling, y'all got all this bread, then do me a favor and slide me some. My cash app is $J35H, okay? If you guys are just big balling and big pockets, you know what I'm saying, let me hold $1, you know what I mean? Let me hold $1. But anyways, let's go ahead and look at the third build. And like I said, in this build guide, I always give variety to the builds. Every build is going to have a bit of variety. Okay, so as you guys can see, we had a 5'9", and then we had a 6'6", and now we are looking at a 6'2", 184-pound weight, and a 6'3" wingspan. So off rip, you guys are gonna get contact dunks on this build. Now, I can tell you that the overall contacts in the game when trying to stick dunk is not like that at the current moment. But what is like that at the current moment is running and pressing square or X to dunk, okay? Just these regular dunks where you're running and you don't have to time it, you get really, really, really good animations. And in terms of defense, that is the only thing that I have kind of struggled to guard is people that are running and getting good square dunks. Because obviously, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, none of y'all can shoot because you haven't watched the videos on the channel, the shooting secrets video, the 10 reasons why y'all are missing. Y'all are too bougie to watch 10 minutes and become a better player. I get it, I understand. But anyways, this build right here will have a 99 3-pointer if you use your cap breakers right. It has a solid perimeter, okay, as you guys can see, and it has a good steal. So this build is extremely well-rounded as well. If you guys are somebody that is looking to have a 99 3 and also get dunks, I wouldn't be opposed to you guys going with this build right here. This build is really, 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 really solid. I like this build a lot, okay? Like I said, the one thing about the build guide is I'm gonna give y'all the variety. As you guys can see, it has been 3 different play styles, and that's what the build guide is all about. Then make sure that you guys share this video with your friends as well, because they will find a build that is going to work for them too. And I know I said I'm only doing 3 builds per position, but listen, man, you guys know me. I like to go a little bit above and beyond, okay? So make sure that you guys smash the like button. I'm gonna give you guys a 4th build, and this 4th build right here is gonna go absolutely crazy, okay? Build right here is my personal build that I am playing on live on stream every day, and I would consider this build to be a hybrid. Now, the reason I would say it's a hybrid is I feel as if you could play point guard or shooting guard with this build. And again, like I was saying earlier, I like my builds to be versatile because I never know who I'm gonna play with or what game mode I'm gonna play or what I'm gonna be doing. So if you guys have been watching me on stream, this is currently my new favorite build. Now, I know you guys off rip are looking and you're going, Choc, 36 driving dunk, I can't rock with that, bro. I need my Vince Carter tomahawk between the legs, 540 slam pajamas, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Be my guest. But at the end of the day, your Vince Carter tomahawk behind the leg slam pajama is 2 points, and so was my driving dunk where I just safely dunk it with 2 hands. I recorded this when I was tired last night, so my weight is a little messed up. The weight on this should be 206, so keep that in mind. And the reason that you go 206, it doesn't change your attribute threshold, but what it does change is your second round of cat breakers, you would be able to get 99 perimeter. Now, as you guys can see, everything else is the exact same. The reason I went 94 on the 3-point shot is my first round of cat breakers got me to a 99.3. My second round of cat breakers is gonna be like this. I'm gonna go ahead and get my perimeter to a 99, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get my pass accuracy up 1 to go ahead and get gold dimer, because I'm gonna use my +1 to go from silver to gold dimer. And to me, having 99 perimeter and 99.3 is just absolutely insane. Like I said, it was late when I was recording this, so forgive me. It is 206 on the weight, and that video with all of my SIGs, my jump shot, and everything is already on the channel. If you guys haven't watched that already, you're fake. You know what I'm saying? You're fake. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you guys got to be watching the videos. I promise you, they will make you a better 2K player. I know it's 10 minutes, but it is absolutely worth it. It is a great investment, as you guys can see. This is a 2-way 3-point shot hunter. That is exactly what the build's going to do. You are going to be a beast on both ends of the court, and you're also going to be able to shot hunt from the 3-point line. Now, let's go ahead and get into my shooting guard build. So look, for the first shooting guard, we are going to go 6'3". Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, Choc, what is the meta shooting guard? I cannot count the number of times somebody has come to my stream and say, yo, what's the meta, Choc? Is it 6'6"? Is it 6'3"? What's the meta? What's the sauce? And I appreciate y'all coming to me because y'all know I'm gonna put y'all on the sauce. And I have to be real with y'all. While we don't know yet, this is how I put the 6'3" and 6'6" battle. If the builds were to all stay the same, right? If nothing was to change, let's say we never get any new dribble moves and nobody ever finds out a good SIG and everything is to stay the same. The 6'6" is an easier build to play on, okay? But a 6'3" has more upside. I think this 6'6" build is literally training wheels, okay? It's like riding a bike with training wheels. It is very simple. It is hard to miss, you know, a high 90 midi with a high 93 on a 6'6" where you're not really getting contested. To me, that build is like the training wheels build, and this build right here just has more upside. Now, the reason it has more upside is, again, you can create more for yourself. Being 6'3", you do get all the good dribble styles, you get all the good dribble moves, whereas on a 6'6", you more likely than not are gonna be more of an off-ball player, using dexes to get you open, occasionally dribbling, but it's going to be more like strategic dribbling. Like you're going to be using your left stick like I was doing in my dribble tutorial on the 6'6". You're not really going to be sitting there like getting open like crazy off the bounce. Obviously you can, but it's not going to be flashy with your right stick. It's going to be left stick and jigging. But as you guys can see, this build right here is a really, really good 2-way. You have driving dunk, which I know a lot of y'all love. You can eventually get that 99.3 with your first cat breaker, which is what I would do. And then again, you guys see we kind of follow a similar theme on defense. You want to make sure that you have defense in this game. A lot of y'all have been complaining the contest system is broken. It's not broken, fellas. You guys just don't have high enough perimeter. But as you guys can see, this is a 2-way perimeter shot creator. And that's actually, like, no joke, kind of what I was saying. Is on that 6'3", you are just going to be more of like a perimeter creator. You are going to be somebody that is able to get a little bit more loose than somebody that's on a 6'6". Now, some of y'all do prefer to be the typical spot up rolls. And like I said, the whole point of this build guide is I am making builds for every single play style. I am not about to make a build for one specific play style. I'm not only going to make my build slashers or only make it 3-point shooters. I understand that everybody plays different. And one thing I want you guys to remember too, these builds are just templates. So for example, if you guys really like a build and I took the 3-ball to a 97 and you guys are convinced that you only need a 94, do yourself a favor and drop that 3-pointer to a 94 and then put it where else you'd want to put it. These are just templates that should help you make better builds. That is the whole point of this channel. The whole point of this channel is to help you become a better 2K player, genuinely. If you look through every video that's posted on this channel, with the exception of the occasional like matchup that I play that's competitive, and even then you could learn from watching me and watching my moves or whatever. The whole point of this channel is to make you a competitive player. Now, for this build, we are going 6'6", 180 with a 6'7" wingspan. We are maxing the 3-point shot at 93. Now, something I have been doing, guys, is maxing my 3-pointer out, okay? I know a lot of you guys are like, yo, Choc, you could drop your 3-pointer to an 89, and then you are able to get the sickest contacts in the world. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am just not vibing with the contacts, okay? The contacts are not moving the needle for me. What moves the needle for me is being the best possible shooter in a game where you guys all cry about shooting being broken. That's what moves the needle for me. This whole dunking thing that's already like kind of RNG and you're not really getting a lot of opportunities to get contact dunks is not needle moving for me. For those of y'all that want to put your dunk to like a 60, 70, 80, like I get it. But for those of y'all that are like, yo, I want that 89, it's just not really moving the needle for me. But I understand that it does for some of y'all. As you guys can see right here, this was a really good 6'6" build. And I also need to let you guys know that if you guys already have made one of the builds on the channel, let's say that you guys, made my first 6'6" build, or you made a 6'3" build, you guys are absolutely fine. Those builds are not patched. They are not going anywhere. Like, you guys are going to be fine. I am just giving you variety because, again, some people just, they're not rocking with those builds. So right here, I'm going to go with another big build, okay? This is a 6'8" build. So like I said, one thing about this channel, chat, is we are going to give you guys the most variety possible. We're going to give you guys variety, and I guarantee you, you and your teammates are going to find a build that fits you. If you don't find a build that fits you, chances are you're probably used to making trash builds, and I say that with all due respect. I stick pretty close to the meta while giving you guys room to change things, but I stay pretty close to the meta, and I'm making sure that I'm giving you guys the best possible build. So look, off rip, we went with a 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan. Now this build is going to be extremely solid because you are going to get that driving depth. Now the reason we go to mid-range, okay, we went with a 91 mid-range. The reason that we are going mid-range, outside of middies just being very good, is that you do get more badges with mid-range. I don't know how many of you guys know this, but you are able to get your shooting badges up with a higher midi and a lower 3. I would not recommend going lower than an 83-3 on this type of build because you don't want to be a guy that is selling your teammates because you just simply put cannot shoot open shots. There's nothing more frustrating than playing with somebody and they just can't make their open shots. I don't know if you guys have experienced that yet. I'm sure 99% of you have, but it is a game changer when somebody is like, yo, this guy's 50, and they run and stand in the paint and they don't guard you because they know you're not going to make shots. But yeah, this build is extremely versatile, okay? You have block. I know a lot of you guys love block. You have interior. This build could really play the point guard spot. It could play the shooting guard spot, and it can definitely play the small forward spot. This is like a 1-3 build. Now, I wouldn't recommend running this build at like the 1 in Pro-Am, but you could certainly ISO on this build. You know what I'm saying? This is a very, very, very solid ISO build. It's 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan. And with that mid-range, guys, you guys gotta get the midi fade in your bag. The midi fade goes absolutely crazy, and the green window is much bigger than you guys would believe. I know a lot of y'all watch midi fades and you think that that's a bad shot, but I promise you it's not. Midi fades are not bad shots at all. So definitely consider adding that to your arsenal. So let's talk small forward builds. Now look, small forwards are probably the most neglected people on 2K because a majority of people consider their small forward to be a lockdown. But I understand that some of y'all just want to be small forwards, okay? Y'all want to be LeBron James. Y'all want to be Kevin Durant, okay? Y'all don't want to be Tony Allen, and I got y'all. Like I said, the whole point of this build guide is you should be able to find a build for you that you like, and you should also be able to find a build for your teammates that they like, okay? The whole point is to kill multiple birds with one stone, okay? Everybody should be able to find a build they love. So look, off rip, you guys can see. We got the high driving dunk for the contacts, but we're not done. We're going with a high midi, and we are going to get our 3 to a 78. So look, off rip, you can already score on 3 levels. You have the 3-point shot in your game, you have the driving dunk in your game, and you have the midi in your game. This build right here is very, very, very versatile. And that's kind of the theme that I go with all of these builds, is I'm looking to have versatility in terms of these builds. Now, you do have a low ball handle on this build. Now, off rip, you guys are gonna be like, yo, Choc, what the freak is this, man? What are you doing, Choc? Look, hear me out, okay? Just hear me out. You have to sacrifice something on your builds. And for those of you guys who have not been watching, you can get solid SIGs with low ball handling. this build right here is for my people who want to be a 3-level scorer, okay? If you are looking to have everything, something's got to go. And if you are on a small forward build, you should be playing with a point guard, and chances are your point guard is going to be the guy that's handling the ball most of the time. That doesn't mean that you can't make a play and you can't go get to a bucket, because you are going to be able to make a play and you are going to be able to get to a bucket. This is a lockdown defender build. It just has great stats outside of it, okay? Look at it. Really think about it. You have 95 perimeter, 91 steal. This is a lock build, guys. This is a lock build that does a little bit of everything, okay? You have driving dunk, good shooting, decent playmaking, and phenomenal defense, guys. This is a 3-level scorer, but it's a lockdown. Look at that. 2-way, 3-level scoring threat. I mean, the 2K knows. They see it too. Like I was saying, man, small forward builds are the most neglected builds on the game because, again, even myself included, when I think of a small forward, I want a pure lockdown that is just 99 perimeter, 99 steal, and that's all he's got, and that's all he's focused on. But again, I got y'all. So look, this build right here is going to be a little bit more focused on getting the higher perimeter and the higher steal. And I know some of y'all are like, boo, I don't want to do that. But listen, if you are playing the small forward role on your team, you need to be the best defender on your team. That is just a fact. That's not my opinion. That is a literal fact. When you load up into a 5s game, you are looking to your small forward to be the guy that is going to get stops. So you have to lock in and sacrifice. I know some of y'all are like, but Choc, man, I would rather do my 6'7", 20 tomahawk between the legs backflip dunks. I don't care about getting stops. And while that's cool and all, your teammates do. So look, 83 on the 3-point shot with an 80 driving dunk. Okay, like I said, I am allowing for some sacrifice, all right? I know a lot of y'all, if y'all know me at all, y'all know I'm sacrificing here, okay? I'm trying to make a pact with y'all, okay? I'm trying to give y'all a little bit, just give me a little bit, all right? That's all I'm asking for. So your playmaking is gonna be low. Again, like I said, this is more of a pure lockdown build. And again, you don't need to have super high playmaking on a lockdown. I don't know where and who has convinced y'all that that is the wave, but you are not getting the ball in your hands that many times to make reads. You're just not. So on this first set of things, what we're gonna use our cap breakers on is we are going with a 95 perimeter and a 98 steal. Now, the whole point of this is with your cap breaker, you are gonna get +5. So you would be able to have a 99 perimeter and a 99 steal. So this build right here is really, really solid. Now, I know in a lot of the videos so far, especially the lockdown ones, they're like, Choc, you're playing lockdown with no block. Guys, you don't need to have block. Like, I don't know who y'all get y'all's information from, but I challenge y'all to switch it up a little bit. I challenge y'all to start rocking with your boy a little bit more, because I'm gonna save y'all money. I don't know which YouTubers you guys are listening to that are telling you these faulty things, and they're making you swipe your credit card and then you're mad at the end of the year because you're trash, because you made a trash build. Because again, you could be a great player, but if you are making a trash build, you are gonna be trash. Like, I hate to break it to y'all. You are really only as good as your build, because let's be honest here for a second. You could be the best shooter in the world, but if you have a 73 ball, you're not gonna be as good of a shooter as somebody with a 93. And that same principle applies to those of y'all who are making builds. If you have a very, very below average build and somebody else has a really, really, really good build, chances are he's probably gonna dominate you. And as you guys can see, always off rip, one thing that I am continuing to do is get my 3-point shot up. I don't care what none of y'all say. If you are using a 73, you are kind of being a liability, especially with the state of shooting that 2K is currently in. Again, even if they are to drop a patch and to make shooting easier, that only is going to open your green window more. The ideology behind making a low 3-point shot build and just kind of like testing your luck, to me, doesn't make any sense. Now, this build right here, as you guys can see, we are going with a 99, 98 off rip. This is for my people who are not grinders, okay? If you are not a grinder, you're not gonna get your cap breakers, check this build out right here, okay? Because I know some of y'all are like, yo, you're making these cap breaker builds, and I'm not grinding, I'm not gonna get my cap breakers. Honestly, this is a really, really good lockdown build for you right here off rip, because you are gonna have your perimeter high, you are gonna have your steal high, and that is what matters. Now, I know some of y'all are looking at this and you're like, bro, it's just not good at everything. You are a lockdown, bro. Play your role. Stop trying to be Kobe Bryant. Stop trying to be LeBron James. You are on the lockdown section of the video, man. Be a lockdown. Have your perimeter, have your steal. Like, you don't have to have everything. I don't know what YouTuber is convincing y'all of this, but I guarantee you I will cook them. I guarantee you they are not getting stops on me. And like I said, man, I am a generous man. So I'm gonna give you guys a 4th lockdown build. Now, if you are a lockdown in this section of the video watching it, man, drop a comment for me, drop a like button. It helps me out a ton, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys who do. I know it's annoying because every YouTuber is asking for likes, but it genuinely does help us out, man. So drop a like button, drop a comment, let me know that you guys are rocking with the video. I would appreciate that more than you guys know. Obviously, a lot of time goes into these videos, so I appreciate you guys who support and are watching the videos, letting them run, etc., yada, yada, yada. I'm yapping, but look, we are mixing it up right here. We are gonna go with a 6'5" lock. Now, a lot of people keep asking me, Choc, you know, what do you think about a 6'4" lock? I saw it on Twitter, you know, it sounds cool. Listen, man, I wouldn't go any shorter than 6'5". That is just my personal opinion, and even 6'5" is pushing it. I'm doing a 6'5" here for y'all, because I know y'all like variety and I know y'all want to see multiple things and see what's possible. This build right here, I know some of y'all are already foaming at the mouth at, because you guys are like, yo, like, oh my gosh, he's making a lockdown and it has 94.3. Like, this is for some of y'all. Like I said, I got y'all. Like I said, a lot of time is going into these videos. I understand that everybody on YouTube plays a little bit differently. Y'all don't all want to have 99.99, and I got y'all. So look, as you guys can see, we have playmaking on this build. We have a 94 3-point shot on this build. We have solid driving dunk on this build. Now, the perimeter is not going to be as high as some of the other builds, but it is still going to be really solid. As you guys can see, we are going with a 95 on the perimeter. And as you guys can see, we are going with a 91 on the steal. So this build could be really, 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 really scary. The only scary aspect about this build is look. I know some of y'all are like, holy Choc, like you just did it right here. This is the one for me, this one. The only scary part is you are on the shorter end, okay? You do have a shorter height, you do have a shorter wingspan, but I will tell you this, that build right there is very, very, very well-rounded. Like, I already know, if you guys have watched the lock builds up to this point, comment below and let me know that's the one. Like, I already know you guys are foaming at the mouth for that one. And honestly, I don't blame you. I genuinely don't blame you, because you could cat breaker that build and get absolutely freaky with it. Like, that build right there is actually tough. I'm gonna be real. I'm not a fan of the short lockdown builds, but that build is tough. I gotta call a spade a spade. I could understand somebody wanting to make that build, because you are actually gonna be able to do a little bit of everything on that build. Now, power forwards, tune in, buckle up your seatbelts, pay attention. Power forwards are currently the worst builds on the game, okay? They are the worst builds on the game. Now, they are not the worst builds because, you know, they suck. They are the worst builds because, unfortunately, you just get the least amount of points, okay? You get the least amount of points in order to make these builds. So, naturally, your build is just going to look more trash, okay? But you know, as somebody watching the power forward aspect of this part, maybe you don't know. Let's say you guys are new and you don't know. As a power forward, you are very similar to a lockdown in the sense of you are on the court to get stops, okay? You are on the court to make your catch and shoot open threes, to throw fast breaks, and to hedge and stop the pick and roll and stop centers in the paint, okay? You are not on the court to catch the ball in the corner, jab step 3 times, and Dirk Nowitzki post fade, okay? I know some of y'all fall in love with that. Oh, do what y'all gotta do, okay? If y'all wanna be Dirk Nowitzki, I can't stop you, okay? All I can do is take you to the water. I cannot make you drink it. But at the end of the day, if you are making those types of builds, you are going to struggle in NBA 2K25, because you are going to play somebody like me who is just running around sparking you from the 3-point line, and you're not going to have high perimeter, high steal, high block, high interior, because you have, you know, T-Rex arms, because you wanted to have a 87-3 and a 95 mid-range so you could pretend and cosplay as Kevin Garnett. And if that's what you want to do, be my guest. But I am going to give you all the most competitive versions of every position and every build. So for my power forwards, maybe you are somebody that is considering transitioning into a power forward. You need to understand that your goal on the team is to get rebounds and be the best pick and roll defender that you can be. And that's exactly what these builds are going to do. You are going to be able to dunk a little bit. I'm not telling you it's going to be crazy. You're not doing between the legs tomahawks. But you will be able to go get a stand dunk. You will be able to go get a driving dunk. And those are the same amount of points. That build right there is a 2-way stretch 4. Again, like I said, in the build guide, I got variety. I got multiple different play styles. I got multiple different variations. I got y'all. So look, what I am not getting y'all though is, you know, I ain't getting y'all no freaky stuff. I mean, maybe I will. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I will cave in and give y'all a T-Rex, Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Garnett, post legend, post Hoff Spit Tech build. But currently, this build right here is 6'9", okay? So one thing that is actually having a lot of variety in terms of the competitive scene right now is the height on power forwards. So some people are going with a 6'7" because they are getting more attributes. Some people are going with 6'9", 6'10", some 6'11" power forwards in order to just try and control the glass a little bit more. So you guys kind of got to figure out what aspect you want to do. Do you want to be somebody that is controlling the glass more, or do you want to be somebody that is shutting down on defense a little bit more? Obviously, in terms of like a 6'9" build, again, you are going to be able to control the glass a little bit more, but your hedge and get back defense is not going to be as good. And right now, I would say that doesn't really matter because people are struggling to shoot, but it is week 1 of the game. And naturally, as the game goes on, it just seems like every single year it's a rinse and repeat cycle where people can't shoot and they complain, yada, 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 they can't shoot, this game sucks. And then naturally over time, they find the green window and then everybody becomes a legend. So naturally, I think that's going to be the same exact progression this year. So there's no wrong answer as to what you want to do for a build, okay? There's no wrong answer for power forwards in terms of what height you want to go, but do understand that at some point, these people that are on these point guard builds are going to start moving. It is a year in, year out process. Maybe this is you guys' first 2K and you haven't experienced it yet, but every single year, it is the same cycle where guards suck. People get baited into thinking that guards are going to suck all year, so they'll make builds like in specific ways, and they get punished for it. Now, all of these builds that I'm making, you guys are going to be fine with the whole year, okay? If you guys watched the build guide from last year, you can go back to last year's build guide and watch it. Every single build was usable the entire year. It's a reason that I wait to make the build, okay? I don't drop the build guide right off rip because I want to make sure that you guys have the best possible build. So we are 2 power forwards down. Let's get into power forward numero tres, okay? Numero tres for the power forward. Again, we're going to go 6'7" on the height. Now, I'm just going to be real with y'all. If I was to make a power forward right now, I would make him 6'7". And that is solely because of the attributes and the speed that you can get on a 6'7". At the end of the day, guys, you are only as good as the builder will allow you to be. Because if you go 6'9" like that second build you saw, you just don't get as many attributes, man. The 6'7" Draymond Green archetype, like put the Draymond Green face scan on and be a gritty defender, okay? Because the 6'7" Draymond Green builds are going absolutely crazy. So look, as you guys can see, this build is actually gonna have solid driving dunk. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but every build that I am making at the power forward position has 72 standing dunk for the rise up. So one thing I can tell y'all is if y'all watch this, even if you don't get a build that you like, which I would be baffled for that to happen. I don't know how you would have watched this and got a build that you didn't like. But if that was the case, you can see the thresholds that I am consistently striving to get, like when it's in terms of pass accuracy, in terms of three-point shot, in terms of stand dunk. There's certain things that you guys can pick up on and use in terms of making your own builds. However, if you guys did not find a single build that you liked in the build guide, at the end of the day, you might just be unsavable. You might have to look in the mirror and say, dang, my builds suck, because these builds are not just mine, okay? They're not all just mine, but they are me talking to some of the best players in the world at the position and saying, yo, you know, cook me up a power forward build. Because again, I haven't played power forward this year. So for the power forward builds, I'm hitting up the best power forwards in the world and asking them, yo, what's the sauce? Put me on. And that's how I come up with like the power forward builds, for example. Now, the guard side, the lock side, you know, all that, I got y'all. But the power forwards, I don't really play power forward. So I leave it up to them and they go crazy every single year. They always cook up. But look, as you guys can see, this build is just another good variation of a power forward build to make. 6'7" with a 7'3" wingspan. As you guys can see, Tari Eason, for whatever reason, I don't know why they put him in everything. I don't know if he's the new poster boy for the NBA. I've never heard of Buddy, but they put him in every build comparison. This is another two-way board hunting stretch. And as you guys can see, again, I know I said I was going to do 3, but I got y'all, man. Like I said, I got y'all with the bonus builds. I got y'all with the bonus builds, okay? It's a bonus build. So look, another 6'9", okay? Because I know some of y'all were like, yo, I don't want to make a 6'7". I want to be tall. I want to be board dominant. And I got y'all. Like I said, the whole point of this build guide is to give you guys as much variety as possible. So this build right here, if you are looking to be an interior stopper, if you want to be an interior stopper, and you want to be somebody that post-score season has nightmares, he starts shaking in his boots a little bit. Those big red boots that you keep seeing in the park, he starts shaking in his boots when he sees this type of build, okay? This build right here is going to be a pure inside, okay? It is a pure inside power forward. So you would run this in the park as a center, okay? You would not play Pro-Am 5s and use this as a power forward, because you cannot be a power forward that cannot shoot. But again, this is just a bonus build, okay? Because some people don't want to shoot. Some people want to be pure insides. The reason I'm throwing this build in there is because this build does get the most legend badges possible. This is not the best build that you can make, but you do get the most legend badges possible. All right, if you guys are looking to just get the most possible legend badges at power forward, you can make this build. Again, I would not advise you to make this build, but that is the whole point of a bonus build. It is a bonus, guys. This is not one of the big three. This is just a bonus. If you guys want to be the power forward out there that has every legend badge possible, this is the one to go with, okay? This has the most legend badges possible for a power forward and any other build on the game. And I know some of y'all care about that. Like, y'all want somebody to check your player card and see that you have 75 red badges. That might help you get teammates. I'm gonna be real with you. Some people just don't know. And for the first time, not shades of freaking the other dude, Tari Eason, or whatever his name was. Now you're Buck Williams. You're Buck Williams, you're a paint protector. And that's exactly what you're gonna do on a build like that. You are gonna be protecting the paint. Now, we are into the nitty gritty. Welcome the centers to the center portion of the video. If you guys are clicking this portion of the video, make sure that you guys smash the like button and let me know in the comment section that you guys are a center. I appreciate all of the support, and I appreciate you guys more than you know. And if y'all don't mind, right, if you're a center that's watching this video and you find a center that you like, do me a solid. Let the whole video run when you're bored. You know, you don't got to actually watch it, but let the video run when you're bored in the shower, or, you know, like when you're not on your phone. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're outside, you know, chilling with the boys. Let the video run. I appreciate y'all more than y'all know. But look, as I've been saying for every build, I'm going to give you guys variety. I understand that everybody has a different play style. Whether you want to be a popper, whether you want to be an inside, whether you want to be a footer, whether you don't want to be a footer. I'm going to give you guys variety. So look, off rip, I like this build a lot. Okay, off rip, I'm going to tell you guys right now. You have great driving dunk, phenomenal standing dunk, and you can shoot the ball, okay? This is a very, very well-versed build, okay? As you guys can see, you're also gonna have high pass accuracy. Now, some of y'all are gonna go, Choc, you do not need pass accuracy on a center because, you know, XYZ. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all like it is. I'm gonna shoot y'all straight. On a center build, break starters matter. On a center build, catching the ball off dexes matter. I can tell y'all right now, if y'all tune into my streams, okay, I stream live every single day, come through to the stream, I'm probably streaming right now. I can tell y'all firsthand that playing with a center with no pass accuracy versus playing with a center with pass accuracy is a night and day difference. It is so much of a difference, it is not even funny, okay? The catches that you get off of somebody that has high pass, wow. The catches that you get off somebody that has high pass accuracy is so much better than somebody who has low pass accuracy. But this build right here is a pure bucket. Look at your shades. You are compared to Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic, okay? Two of the best scoring centers on the game. This is an inside the arc maestro, and honestly, I kind of consider that to be a catfish build because that is a popper. So you don't have to be inside of the arc. You can pop that thing. And I think, like, honestly, a lot of people like playing with those catfish builds because when they load up into the park, 2s, 3s, 1s, whatever, somebody sees the build name and they're like, yeah, that guy can't shoot. And then take three, take three, take three, take three. Yeah, you catch them off guard. So look, we're gonna go with another 7-foot center build. 7 foot is just the meta center height, guys. It truly is the meta center height. And I know some of y'all are going, yo, like, what if I play part 2s or 3s or whatever? This is the meta center height, okay? If you were playing part 2s or 3s, you can make a power forward. That would be a popping center for the park, is one of those power forward builds. This right here is a tried and true center build. For my guys that are playing 5s, that are playing, you know, 3v3, that are playing rec center, I got y'all. So look, this is another build that is going to have driving dunk, but this time we are not, keyword is not going to have shooting. So this is gonna be an inside version of the last build that you guys just looked at, okay? Some of you guys are not shooters. Some of y'all have internet that has 10 upload and 10 download and y'all physically can't shoot. This is the build that I would recommend to push you guys' way, okay? As you guys can see, you do have super, super high pass accuracy, which I swear to y'all matters more than you'll understand. You have phenomenal finishing, and then you are gonna be an absolute monster on the defensive end. One thing about these inside centers is because you are sacrificing shooting, you just are able to put a little bit more attributes elsewhere, obviously. So you are gonna control the glass, you are gonna be a great defender, but you are not gonna be that threat in terms of shooting. Now, personally, I don't usually play with pops. I am usually playing with somebody that is on an inside center like this build. And the reason for that is I want to shoot the shots, okay? I want to shoot the midi fades. I want to shoot the threes. I want my center to go get rebounds. So that's the whole point. And like I said, the whole point of this is I'm giving y'all that variety, okay? I got to give y'all the variety. So look, this build right here is an inside, okay? As you can see, look at the shades. the shades are much different. Shaq, okay, that's a monster comparison right there. Clint Capella and Rudy Gobert. As you guys can see, we have built an interior scoring playmaker, and that's exactly what that build is going to do, okay? You are an interior scoring playmaker because you are not a shooter, but you are able to finish extremely well inside the paint, and you are also able to make plays for your teammates. And for the last center build, we are staying with the 7-foot theme. Now, a lot of y'all are going, Choc, you know, I want to make a 7'3" Victor Wembanyama build. Where is my 7'3" Victor? I'm not encouraging y'all to make that, man. If y'all want to make a 7'3" Victor Wembanyama build, you're not doing it on my dime. I am not going to be the YouTuber that is telling y'all to make that trash behind build. Okay, that's just not what I'm going to do. You can find that on YouTube. You are going to be able to find somebody that's like, yo, make this sick Wemby build. And you know what? Maybe I'll post a Wemby build for y'all. But I am not labeling it as the best builds, okay? At the end of the day, if you are making a 7'3", you are not making the best possible build because you are going to struggle in so many different aspects of the game. So look, for the last build, I'm going to give you guys another popper, okay? I'm going to give you guys another variation of a popper because, again, most of y'all want to be poppers. Most of y'all don't want to be inside center builds. Inside center builds are a dying breed because every guard wants to ISO now. And again, this channel is all about adapting. We follow the meta. So look, I got y'all, boys. You guys are in the right hands. And again, even if you are not a center, make sure that you share this with your centers, okay? Because you're going to get your centers off the trash builds. If you're a park center, like I said, you can make one of those power forwards. Or if you're a pro-am center or 5v5 center, you are in the right place. So look, again, these are all of the builds that I would recommend for every single position in NBA 2K25. And again, if you guys have enjoyed any part of this video, do me a huge favor. Smash the like button. Let me know in the comment section and share the video with your friends, guys. Truly, this has been a phenomenal start to NBA 2K25. And I cannot thank y'all enough for the amount of support that you guys have shown. You guys have shown mad love. Every single video I see y'all in the comment section. And genuinely, look, man, like I appreciate you guys more than you know. Truly, I appreciate y'all more than y'all know. As you guys can see this build right here, shades of Okongwu, Jokic, and Joel Embiid again. As you guys can see, we have built an inside the arc maestro. All right, so in order to be the best 2K player you could possibly be, you guys need to make sure that you guys have the right settings on. So look, what you guys are gonna do off rip is as soon as you load the game up, you're gonna go straight into the features, okay? You're gonna go to the features and you're gonna go to your controller settings. So for your controller settings, I'd recommend you guys to turn vibration off. Vibration is not ideal. For the shot timing profile, we are not leaving this on difficulty based. We're not messing around with real player percent, low risk, none of that. We're gonna go high risk reward, okay? High risk reward is going to open up your green window the biggest. It's going to be the hardest to time your shots, but it's going to give you guys the biggest reward when you do finally time your shots, okay? So a lot of people are gonna be scared off rip because they don't have badges, they don't have hot zones, they don't know their jump shots. They're gonna try to play on real player percent, difficulty based, low risk, no. Put high risk shooting on, learn it. It's fine to struggle. It'll be worth it in the end. Layup timing, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna go ahead and go with the high risk. Always gonna go high risk on all of that. For the free throw timing, user timing, it's gonna give you guys the biggest reward possible. For the shot timing visual cue, this is gonna be all about what you guys personally prefer. Now I'm gonna show you guys in the jump shot creator, you can actually set this to what exactly you want it to be, but I recommend you guys go to push. I think push is the easiest one to figure out. For the shot meter input type, you're gonna put this on pro stick only, okay? This is how you turn your jump shot meter off. You do not want to play the game with your jump shot meter on. I know a lot of you guys who are going to start the game are going to be like, oh, I need to have my meter so I can learn my timing. Oh, I need to have my meter so I can fit. No, you don't need to have your meter on. Turn your meter off. You will have a much bigger reward if you do so. And later in the video, I'm going to show you guys how to switch this to layups only, but this is for people that play every single game mode. So you're going to go to pro stick only. Your pro stick function, you're going to leave it on default. Pro stick orientation, you want it on absolute. Double team reaction's good. Everything else here is good, okay? You don't need to really worry about anything else here. Your pro stick defense, at some point, you're gonna wanna switch to absolute, okay? Just so you guys know it and get used to it. Box out assist strength, you can leave it. And then what I like to do is I like to leave my openness down because it doesn't really make a difference. Sometimes it does work online though. So for those of you guys who are not great passers, you might wanna mess around with your openness. But for me, I'm not doing that. So that was specifically for every game mode because sometimes you guys might want to play quick match. You might not want to play MyCareer, but let's go ahead and get into the MyCareer aspect of the video. So look, what you guys are going to do is you're going to go over to the My Player tab and you're going to go down to animations, okay? In the animations, what you guys are going to do is you're going to go over to customize HUD, okay? Customize HUD is where you're going to get everything off, okay? So you can go ahead and turn your visibility for shots off, your visibility for layups off, your visibility for free throws off, and that's gonna give you guys a bigger green window. Again, as I was saying before, I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, yo, I don't know my jump shot yet, I wanna learn it first. do not do that. Learn it by playing the game and reading the jump shot feedback, okay? Read your jump shot feedback and it'll tell you slightly early, slightly late. You don't need the jump shot window. You don't need to see the meter fly to know whether or not it's a good shot. So from shot meter shots, you're gonna go all the way down to shot feedback, okay? And your visibility is gonna be for all shots because you don't wanna just know the timing for your shot. You wanna know the timing for every single shot. So you're not just gonna leave it on simple. You want it for all shots because you want it to be as exaggerated as possible. You wanna know all of the details. You wanna know your timing and you wanna know your coverage, and you're gonna get that through all shots. Your distance can stay on, your timing can stay on, free throw chance on, and you're absolutely gonna wanna leave your coverage on, but this is gonna help you learn the game easier. Because when you know the coverage on jumpers, so if you know that, hey, this is a bad shot because it was a lightly, or this actually I thought was a bad shot, but it's a good shot because it's open. That's gonna help you guys get better at the game earlier because you can learn what's greenable and what isn't. From here, this is a very obvious tip, but it goes over a lot of people's head. You guys are gonna wanna make sure that you have at least some sort of boost, okay? Playing the game without boost, you're trolling not only yourself, your success, but you're also trolling your teammates. Your teammates are gonna appreciate you a lot more if you have some sort of boost. So what I would recommend you guys to do, especially for those of you guys who do not have a lot of VC, is I would recommend you guys to do this Gatorade Thirst Quencher that increases your energy. That's gonna get you guys a blue bar. I would do that. I would do jump shots for my players out there that are on guards or wings or power forwards. Obviously, if you're on inside center, don't do that. And then I would do ball handling on my guards. Other than that, every other boost is kind of like, you don't really need it. Like, you don't need the layup and dunk boost. You don't need the steal boost. If you're a big man, you need the rebounding boost. So you need to get the boost that apply to your play style. I would not sit here and buy every single boost because then you're just wasting VC, and you're gonna need VC to make new builds throughout the year, okay? You don't wanna just blow your VC all in the first week and not be able to make a new build when they drop a patch or when you decide you don't like your build because you listen to some dog YouTuber who dropped a build. Now, what you also need to make sure that you guys do, look, go down to your stats, okay, and go over to the roster and click the right stick in. What you guys need to make sure that you have are hot zones. Now, a lot of you guys are gonna go load into the game and not play with hot zones. You need to make sure that you get your hot zones, which you can get very easily by playing street ball games, okay? Make sure that you get hot zones. It opens up your green window tremendously, and make sure that you guys do the lethal shooter drills. It gets you 3 lethal zones for every week, and supposedly this week, it's up to 3 weeks now. So it's absolutely worth doing. It's going to open up your green window even more, and you are going to be a much more successful player in taking the time to do this detail. Another thing that you guys need to do every single time you get the opportunity to is doing your Gatorade drills. Now, when you do your Gatorade drills, guys, you are not only getting your stamina bar more increased by getting that extra blue bar that you see most people have, but you are also, for the first time ever, improving your stamina, guys. If you guys noticed when you were making your build, the stamina is no longer there. You now grind your stamina through Gatorade drills. So obviously it was already something that was very important and something that a lot of people skip doing for whatever reason because they just don't feel like it. But now it is a necessity to do every single time you load the game up till you get 99 stamina. Now, once you get 99 stamina, guys, the good news is it locks on every single player, which is an absolute W. But if you guys see the drills that I'm doing right now, these are by far the easiest Gatorade drills to do known to man, and they're kind of self-explanatory. There's no way that you guys fail any of these drills, and these are the ones that I'd recommend. I wouldn't do any of the other ones because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, some of them actually are a lot harder than you believe. So chat, in order to get your badges quick and in order to get your hot zones quick, because like I said, that's gonna help you guys play at the best level as well. What you guys are either gonna do is you're either gonna go to the temple or you're gonna go to the dunes. So you're gonna pull up your map, you're gonna set your quest waypoint, you're gonna come down here, and then on this screen, if you guys remember from last year, Disco, what you were able to do in this situation is you are able to play on this game mode, and this game mode is just the quickest way to grind out everything, okay? So if you guys are missing a hot zone, you're gonna wanna come here. You're gonna wanna get your hot zones from shooting in the same spot here. If you guys are trying to get your badges quickly, you're also gonna come here. Because of the difficulty settings, it's a lot easier to shoot, and it's very rewarding and not as time consuming as playing MyCareer. So one thing that you guys need to make sure that you do, okay, and if you've never done this before, you need to make sure that you do this, is you need to make sure that you go to the art of the shooting gym, okay? So when you load in, what you're gonna do is you're gonna set your waypoint and skate over there. It's basically to the right of where you load in, okay? So boom, you're gonna come around this corner, and basically what you're gonna do in here is you're gonna talk to Lethal Shooter, okay? What Lethal Shooter is gonna do is he's gonna challenge you to a shoot-off. What this does is this gives you guys, okay, instead of having hot zones, you are able to take your hot zones to lethal zones. Okay, now I'm not gonna do it right now, but as you guys can see, look, I already have a hot zone. So what this would do is if I put it on this spot, you get 3 spots that you can choose from. If I put it on this spot, I would have a purple zone instead of a red zone. And with a purple zone, you're gonna make even more shots. So if you're smart, what you do is you get a purple zone here, a purple zone here, and a purple zone there. Or if you're like a lockdown defender, you get them in both corners and maybe top of the key, or wherever your sweet spots are for how you play the game. You wanna make sure that you get your lethal zones there. You need to make sure that you do this every time it's available because it costs nothing. It costs no VC, it costs nothing but a little bit of your time, and it's gonna improve your gameplay drastically. Okay, so when you guys press start and you go to the animations, okay, you guys are actually gonna see that if you go over to the jump shot creator, you are able to change your jump shot release cue. Okay, so look, if you come down here, you can actually set the cue on whatever you want it. Let me move my camera out of the way so y'all can see. You can set the release cue to whatever you want it. You can have the earliest jump ever or the latest release ever or in between push and release. You're gonna have to play around with it and find whichever one you think is best for you. But that's actually gonna be a way for you to find your exact timing that you find to be good. Now, when it comes to picking your affiliation, guys, a lot of people have been coming to my stream and asking me, yo, why did you go to Elite? Do you not want heat check? Guys, this year, for the first time, you get the same rep rewards in terms of 2-way tenacity and heat check. As you guys can see, let me go over to Elite. As you guys notice, I'm Elite. Right here, I get 2-way tenacity at starter 1, and then when I go over to veteran 1, I get heat check. And it does not matter which one you go to, the order is the exact same. So pick whichever perk you think looks cool or whichever one your friends are a part of. These are the 3 fastest ways to get to 99 overall in NBA 2K25. So I've been having a lot of people come into my stream and hitting me in the YouTube comment section and they're saying, yo, Choc, how in the world are you a 99 overall already? And I get it. The progress bar, especially once you get in the late 90s from 95 beyond, take a long time. But look, I'm here to put y'all on the 3 methods to getting this as quickly as possible, okay? Obviously, you guys are loading the game up and you wanna play at a 99 overall as fast as possible. And listen, like I said, with the new rebirth system, all you gotta do is hit 99 one time and then you will never have to do this again. So buckle up, lock in, and pay close attention. So look, the first and easiest method, in my opinion, is to play at the street ball courts, okay? I prefer playing at the dunes versus Danny Dunkman because he is 5'7". In my opinion, that is the easiest. But I'm gonna show you guys all 3 different street ball courts that you can do this at. Now, the easiest way and the most efficient way to get as much XP as possible is by throwing alley-oops, okay? But the thing is, you don't wanna just spam alley-oops if they're not there, okay? So as you guys can see, Badge Plug turned the corner and his center was stuck. He did not have an alley-oop to throw. So he took the layup rather than wasting time and running back out and trying to set a screen again. But what you want to do is as much as you possibly can. Every time that screen is connecting, you want to throw an alley-oop. And even sometimes when they're in the paint and it seems like they wouldn't be able to catch it, it is a contact dunk alley-oop. You also need to understand that there are multiple methods of passing that are going to get you guys a lot of XP. You can throw oops, you can throw flashy passes, you can throw bounce passes. Every style of pass is going to get you guys a different level of XP. And in general, passing is kind of the meta in terms of getting the most possible XP per game. Now again, if you guys are in here trying to get badges, obviously this is on rookie. So again, if you are struggling to get lobs open, look to score yourself, shoot some fades, make layups, grind different badges. The goal should be to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, okay? So if you're in here, right, and you're struggling to get the computer off of you for whatever reason, it's really not that hard, but some of you might be struggling with it. If you are, try to grind multiple badges at the same time, okay? Try to throw lobs, and if the lob isn't there, if you're trying to grind out a hot zone or something, shoot in that same spot. Take the screen the same way and work on that hot zone. Try to do multiple things in order to make the grind easier on yourself. And again, guys, like I'm trying to say, once you hit 99, every rebirth you make from here on out is going to be a 99 overall. So all you have to do is really buckle up and do this once, and then you're not going to have to do this for the rest of the year. Now, I know some of you guys are not fans of the dunes, okay? There has been a lot of people in the comments that have been saying, yo, Choc, I'm not rocking with the dunes because I've been advertising the dunes, especially for getting hot zones. So look, it is the same concept in MyCareer. You are going to take screens and try to turn the corner and throw lobs. Now, I would recommend you guys, if you didn't do this already, let's say that you guys are already on a team, I would recommend trying to be traded to a good team that has lob threats. So the Lakers are a great team, obviously, because you have LeBron James and you have Anthony Davis. And if you haven't picked a team yet, if you're still looking to make a player, make sure that you guys pick a team that's going to have stars, okay? I don't play MyCareer usually, so I usually go to the Orlando Magic, but if I was playing MyCareer, I would be struggling because they do not have a bunch of lob threats. As you guys can see, Anthony Davis and LeBron James are getting crazy animations, which is going to make the grind much easier on you. Now, I wanted to wait till about the midway point of the video to reveal this information because I know a lot of people are just gonna click the video and skip through it. And for my people that are actually listening and trying to get better, I'm rewarding y'all, bro. So make sure that you guys comment and let me know that you were listening at this point. But the lobs actually cap out at a certain number. So look, a lot of people are just going and they're throwing lobs the entire game. And listen, that's cool and all, but you are wasting your time. You are wasting precious time that you could be getting more XP on. So what you guys need to do is lock in, throw a specific number of lobs, and then start throwing other passes. Now, the specific number of lobs is 5 alley-oop plays, okay? You can only throw 5 alley-oops and get progress for it. So if you guys are sitting in MyCareer and just spamming lobs over and over again, you are wasting XP. So look, you should be throwing lobs when the opportunity is there, but when you have the opportunity to do other passes, you should be doing those as well. And a lot of creators are not telling you this. I've seen some other videos where these creators are just saying, throw lobs, throw lobs, throw lobs, throw lobs, throw lobs. And again, that's cool and all, but you are wasting a lot of time and selling yourself short on the maximum number of XP you could be getting. So look, this varies game mode to game mode as well. I believe when it comes to Danny Dunkman and the street ball courts, you can only either throw 3 or 4. But it's just something to keep in mind. That is the reason why I prefer the dunes as my method of grinding, because when you are playing the dunes, you're going to get your games faster and you are able to reset and get your number back. If you were playing a whole 5-minute MyCareer game or playing in like the rec or something like that, and you only get 5 lobs, you then for the rest of the game are forced to throw these more difficult passes. You are obviously more limited in terms of how easy it is, because look, we can all agree that throwing lobs to the CPU is probably the easiest thing on the planet. I'm not gonna lie. You call for one screen, if it hits, you have a free lob. So just keep that in mind. That, like I said, if I was choosing, I would choose the dunes, but I know a lot of y'all don't like the dunes. Now, honestly, how I am grinding my personal badges, how I'm grinding, is I'm getting it out of the mud and I am playing the park. And this is not recommended, but I'm gonna tell you this, it is by far, in my opinion, the most fun. So I'm gonna walk you through my mindset when it comes to grinding badges in the park. I like to go category by category. So look, if I'm locked in on my shooting badges, I am typically gonna have 3 to 5 badges in my mind that I wanna grind at a specific time, okay? So look, let's say I come into the game and I'm grinding Deadeye and I'm grinding, I don't know, Shifty Shooter. I'm gonna shoot my shifty shooters when they're there, and if for whatever reason I cannot get a shifty shooter off, I'm gonna shoot a 50-50 shot that might be a Deadeye. At the same time, and the same premise applies that when you're playing Danny Dunkman, it would apply when you're playing too. So look, if I have an opportunity to turn the corner and throw a lob, I'm gonna throw that lob. Now, majority of players that I have been playing with this year do not have a lot of finishing on their build. They're all on these little weak popper builds that only can shoot and play defense. So I haven't really been able to throw lobs. So the objective when you are playing park in order to get these games done is to try and just finish a game as quickly as you can. Obviously, you wanna lock in and focus on getting certain things. So like, for example, when I got my first round of hotspots, I was in the park like, okay, I'm trying to get a spot here, I'm trying to get a spot there, I'm trying to get a spot everywhere. But what I'm not doing is saying, okay, I'm on the right wing, I need to run over to the left wing because that's where I'm grinding my hotspots right now. No, you want to try to be as efficient as possible. And the efficiency by playing park and grinding your build is going to come from just getting your games done and stacking up your wins. Another easy way to add XP on and make the grind quicker is to focus on your teammate grade, which is super easy to get, especially when playing twos. If you are not being a ball hog and just shooting your open shots and taking your open slips and sharing the rock a little bit, you should not be finishing with an A or less grade ever. And I'm gonna be real with you. More likely than not, if you are really somebody that has 0 badges, let's say you're starting from scratch or you're on an 85 and you're trying to get to 99 as fast as possible, your best bet is to probably go play threes. Because when you're playing threes, I hate to be this guy that sounds like a cheeser, but you can cherry pick, okay? You can call lobs out of the corner. You can call lobs from your center. There are much more ways to get creative, and guess what? Having real humans to play with is going to be a lot more responsive than just trusting your AI to make the right decision every time. And again, some of you guys might not have people to play with. If you are somebody that watches my videos and does not have somebody to play with, I recommend you guys to, in the comment section, drop your gamer tag or your PSN, and also drop what build you are. And listen, if you're a comp player, let them know your win percentage, okay? People aren't gonna just pick up anybody. So if you're saying, yo, I got X build and I got this build and I'm willing to make whatever build to win, you will find people in the comment section that are like-minded and wanna play with you. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. Again, I am not advocating that park is the best method in terms of getting your 99 overall the quickest. I'm just not. Because it's not. I'm gonna be real with you. It's not as fast as playing Danny Dunkman. It's not as fast as playing MyCareer. But if you are somebody like me who is incapable of playing versus the AI, okay? I am just mentally not at the capacity where I can sit there and play versus the AI, other than to get my hot zones, which again is the most important thing in the game. Get out here and focus on the things that get the most XP. Flashy passes, lobs, either catching or receiving them, making your spot up shot, stealing the ball. Like I said, there are so many different ways to get it fast. Really, just when it comes to the park, your best bet is going to be to get these games done as quickly as possible. In NBA 2K25, scoring isn't just about shooting. It's about timing, precision, and knowing the ins and outs of every play. Whether you're hitting threes, driving the lane, or mastering the mid-range, this guide will break down the techniques, tips, and strategies you need to take your scoring game to the next level. Let's get right after it. So in order to actually do these moves in game, you need to know what you're doing and what you're even looking for. So look, these are my 6'6" animations, okay? I have animations for every other build. 6'3" and under, 6'10" and over. I have all the animations on my channel. Make sure you check it after this. But look, these are my animations, okay? Now I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys onto a few moves that you can do right away that are gonna make you better. So look, number one, flicking up on the right stick is gonna do a lot of dribbling for you. Now look, let me show you guys how you can change this in the game. You flick up and you cross out, bursting out, crossing out, boom, right? Okay, same type of thing. Flicking up here, running back that way, boom, mid-range. So what I like to do a lot is I like to get these explosive crossovers, okay? So whether it be that I flick up and it does this move right here, or I hold up and it puts me in my rhythm dribble. So look, I'm doing, it's kind of weird because of the angle I'm holding it at. Boom, flick up on the stick, running the opposite way, fading, greening. Same type of thing here. I'm gonna flick up on the stick, I'm gonna get the tween, and I'm gonna burst out. Bursting out, super explosive dribble move right there, and I'm getting a ton of space with it. So those are moves that I like to do a lot off the dribble. Now, another thing that I like to do is I like to dex, which you can't really see in here, but I use Spot Finder to do this. So I'm running back and forth. You're gonna see this a lot in the gameplay. As you see, I'm not losing any stamina, I'm not losing any adrenaline, and I'm getting a lot more space. And that's gonna be a lot easier for you to get nice, easy catch and shoot shots to get your takeover going. And all of my shooting secrets I talked about in my most recent video, go check that out after this, because if you guys are struggling to shoot, this scoring guide is irrelevant because you gotta be able to shoot in green in order to score. But yeah, those are the dribble moves that I do. A lot of times I'll even just use the left stick and kind of just get a little glitchy with the left stick. As you can see, I'm kind of just working around. It ain't nothing crazy, but all you need is a sliver of space in order to get enough room to fade and green. And even if you're somebody that's not fading, right? Let's say you're not a fader. I'm doing my tween, I'm crossing, I'm pulling up on the stick, knockdown. I'm telling you right now, you don't need a million moves in your arsenal, you just need efficient ones. And I just wanted to show you guys in the MyCareer exactly what I'm doing in my thought processes. Now I'm gonna show you how it works in the game. So number one, I am live on Twitch every single day. So if you wanna see any of these moves and actions, feel free to pull up and I got y'all. But look, I'm gonna walk y'all through step by step on my thought process on how I play the game. So look, as you guys can see, I like to work for the easiest things possible at the start of a game. So I want to take easy threes, easy mid-ranges, easy catch and shoots, just things that are going to allow me to have a major green window. Now, something that a lot of people do not factor in a lot is their stamina, okay? You want to make sure that you're not just sitting there spamming dribble moves and doing all these crazy things. It's going to mess you up, all right? If you're going out there and you are low stamina every time you try to shoot, number one, your jump shot timing is going to change. So you guys are gonna time it like you would normally time a jumper and it's not gonna work. And number two on that is your green window is gonna shrink significantly. As you guys can see, you wanna keep as much adrenaline and as much stamina as you possibly can, which is why I stress to you guys that you need to do your Gatorade drills, and you probably should buy that second Gatorade that's gonna get you the extra bar. As you guys can see in every single gameplay that you are watching on this channel, I am running double Gatorade. I understand that I'm not making as much VC as I could, but I want to be able to perform at my highest peak. Another thing that you have to factor in is what build you are on, okay? So currently I am on a 6'6" build, and obviously a 6'6" build is not going to dribble as well as a 6'3" or below build. So I use that to my advantage. Because I'm taller, things are not contested as much. So if you notice, I'm not trying to dribble around and be a dribble god all the time. Sometimes I'm dexing. Sometimes I'm doing one dribble and fading. You have to use your build to your advantage. You created the build that you wanted to. you put the exact things that you wanted on it. You have to play to your build's exact strengths. A lot of people wonder why I don't put crazy dunk on my build, and the truth of the matter is this: with 36 dunk, I am able to get dunks when they are wide open, and to me, that is the only time that I find necessary to go to dunks. A lot of you guys are making these builds and you'll put 96 driving dunk and there will be 3 people in the paint. You will turn your brain off and go try to get a contact dunk. And how successful is that working out for you? Not very much. Now for my 6'3" and below players, you can use these same concepts that I am using on my 6'6" on your 6'3". Just because you're shorter doesn't mean that you can't do these things. In fact, being 6'3" and below, you have a little bit more to work with because, oh my goodness, did I just make that? Oh my gosh. That was an example of why I like my build the best, and my build is also on the channel. If you guys have not checked that out, go check it out. And I also have my jump shot on the channel, my SIGs on the channel, everything you need to be a better 2K player is on the channel. But like I was saying, for my 6'3" players, you can do these same things that I am doing. You just might get contested a little bit more, okay? The reason I like this 6'6" build is because I have Hall of Fame Deadeye and I am 6'6". And the contest system is already a little wonky because a lot of you guys major players and you have like 75 perimeter and you're not understanding why you're able to be shot over. But this year they are punishing you for having lower attributes. So like I said, you need to make a build and play to your build strengths. You notice that I'm not like going to the rim and trying to dunk all the time. That's not what my build has. My build has a 96 mid-range and a 93 3. And guess what? When I'm playing the game, those are the 2 things that I'm looking for 99% of the time. And I understand that you are watching 2's gameplay right now, but these concepts apply in every single game mode, okay? Whether you are playing 2's, 3's, 1's, 5's. Oh my gosh, he just got fried. No matter what game mode you are playing, you can use these concepts. And as you guys are seeing, I'm using the same exact moves that I was sitting there doing in the my court. I'm using them on the 2v2 court. So something that you guys should note is if you don't have go-to moves, you need to find some. You need to have at least 3 moves in your arsenal, and they don't have to be nothing crazy. I'm not talking about some sick combos that look cool. You need to have 3 moves in your arsenal that you can go to anytime you need to create space. My 3 moves is, number 1, I look to dex a lot. I've been dexing a lot this year. I'm playing more like a traditional sharp. Number 2 is the Luka Doncic step back, which everybody is out there spamming, but that is so hard to guard. As somebody, I would consider myself to have really good defense. But when people turn the corner and hit that snatch back on me, I've been struggling to guard it. So that's something you should have in your arsenal. And for me, my number 3 is just getting into one of those push crosses and launching into a fadeaway jump. Now see, for me, shooting a fadeaway is the exact same as shooting a standstill because I have a legend shifty shooter. So I don't have any issues shooting fades. But again, this goes back to knowing your build. If you guys are somebody that has an 87-3, you probably shouldn't be out here fading every single play. Although I still think you'll be all right, it shouldn't be something that you're doing the way that I do it. But I do feel like the way that I'm playing 2K right now is the most efficient way to currently play NBA 2K25. I am fading when the opportunity arises. I am taking my catch and shoots when the opportunity arises. I am throwing the slip when the opportunity arises. A lot of y'all need to add throwing the slip to your arsenal because I play you guys in the park and none of y'all ever throw the slip. I don't know why, and I can imagine being your teammate is probably annoying because there are so many times where the slip or the pop is wide open and you guys choose to try to take matters into your own hands. Make the game easy on yourself. It might not be pretty, but your record will thank you. Your teammates will thank you. A lot of y'all just make this game too hard unnecessarily. But listen, if you guys are still struggling to shoot, and I know a lot of you guys are probably watching this gameplay like, yo, Choc, that's cool and all. Like, I would play like you, but I'm struggling to shoot. I just did a whole 10-minute breakdown on every shooting secret in the game. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. A lot of y'all click on these videos, right? And for whatever reason, you are too good to watch the whole thing. Bro, watch the entire video. You are learning so much in 10 minutes, and I promise you, 10 minutes worth of your time is way better than sitting here and playing the game for 4 hours and sucking the whole time. And as I say in every single video, man, I respond to every single comment. If you don't believe me, comment away. Let me know what you guys are struggling with. Let me know what you guys want to learn. The reason that this video was made is people were telling me, yo, I don't know how to get open on this 6'6". Like, what are you doing? So boom, I made the video. Somebody wanted a tattoo tutorial and I snuck it into a video. Like, if you guys comment, I got y'all. Let me know what you need. Let me know the things that you want to see. Let me know what you're struggling with. Say hello. I'm going to respond to you. But overall, man, I'm telling y'all right now, if you equip my jump shot, you equip the SIGs, you watch the scoring guide, you watch the shooting secrets, That's like 30, 40 minutes of your life, and I promise you, you will be a 90 win percentage 2K player. I'm sorry. There's just no way you won't be, because watching good people automatically is going to make you better. When you watch me and you're seeing these moves that I'm doing and you're learning what's possible versus what isn't, look at that. A lot of y'all wouldn't even shoot that because you're like, yo, that's a bad shot. No, that has the same green window as any other catch and shoot shot. It's about learning what is possible and what isn't. A lot of y'all even watching this right here, you're like, yo, I wouldn't shoot that. That's not a good shot. Wrong. It is. So the more you watch, the more you study, the more notes you take, the more you see what your player is physically capable of, the better off you will be. In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to improve your win percentage in every game mode in NBA 2K25. So like I said, we are going to go game mode by game mode, and we are going to start with the 1v1 court. So all you're going to do is make a post score. Nah, I'm just messing around. On a serious note though, post scores are not really that OP in terms of the 1v1 court this year, so you guys will be okay. Some things that you need to know is, number one, you need to have a build with interior. The way 1v1 courts work is you could be a point guard playing against a center, okay? It's not like position locked, which is unfortunate. So you're gonna have to have a little bit of everything. You're gonna wanna be on a build that is 6'6" or taller. You are gonna wanna have some interior, have some perimeter defense, and then everything else becomes a choice for you at that point. You can make middies every single time you shoot them if you time it right. So what I would recommend you guys doing is farming your green machine early by shooting mid ranges and then working back to the 3-point line, okay? As you guys can see in my gameplay, I'm out here just shooting threes, but I'm more so playing the 1v1 court to lab, okay? You can obviously make tougher shots, you can make tougher greens, but the middies like that are going to be the easiest way to score. And they actually have a 100% pure green window. And if you didn't know that, sub to the channel, because you're gonna learn a lot more, not only with this video, but with all the videos on the channel. Now let's talk 2v2, which is currently my favorite game mode in NBA 2K25, solely for the fact that you get games done so quickly. Now I'm gonna go ahead and walk you guys through, number one, let's start with the builds, okay? You guys need to know what builds you should be playing on in order to win on the 2v2 court. So number one, you are going to need a guard. Now, I would not recommend coming out here with one of those 5'9" players that you guys think are going to be viable. No, I would not recommend going lower than 6'3" on the 2 score. Anywhere from 6'3" to 6'8" for the point guard build, and then anywhere from 6'7" to, if you're really feeling frisky, a 7-footer. Now you can get away with playing with like a 6'8" guard and then also having a lockdown on the court where you're switching everything. But again, you have to factor it in. It's kind of based on your point guard. Depending on what the point guard is running is how I would suggest making the build. Now, as you guys saw in my build video earlier, I have 95 perimeter defense, so I am kind of the lock on the team. But in 2v2 gameplay, I'm gonna let you guys know right now, I play based on not only me looking for my own shots, but also allowing my center to create looks for me. So look, he gets the rebound and I'm using off-ball movement to make easier shots for myself. The reason that I do this and it leads to more wins is my stamina is typically always as high as it can be. As I talked about in my shooting secrets video, the lower your stamina gets, the more your shot timing changes and the more your green window shrinks. And that's not to say that you can't make a tougher shot like that right there, but it is going to be harder to do. So allow your center to sometimes create plays for you. I also, you're not going to see it a lot in this gameplay, but will throw the slip when it is available. When teams are playing really high on me, which tends to happen a lot after I make my first 2 or 3 shots, I will throw the slip to make them respect him as a scoring option. I would usually recommend people to play with a shooting center because unless you are like me and you just want to fade middies and take threes the whole game, it is going to be hard to create with an inside center. But yeah, all you are going to do is focus on making easy catch and shoot shots off rip and then expanding your game. So as you guys can see, we start with a steal and boom, I'm knocking down a shot because it's an easy catch and shoot one. Another thing that you guys probably didn't know is that fadeaway shots have the same green window as the standstill shots, especially in the mid-range. So get that fading midi in your bag. If you guys have watched any of this gameplay or you watch my streams in general, I shoot a ton of fading mid-range shots because again, they are hardest to guard and they have the same green window. So keep in mind, again, this is a make it take it game mode. So you don't want to shoot a lot of crazy 50-50 shots. You want to take smart, easy shots off working the PNR with your center and making it count. So look, going into 3v3, which in my opinion, if you guys are looking to increase your win percentage, this is the easiest way to do it, okay? 3v3 is the easiest mode in the game, okay? 3v3 is a very simple mode solely for the fact that it is not make it take it, okay? When in a game mode that's not make it take it, you can make a little bit more mistakes and still find a way to win. So let me go ahead and put you guys on the meta lineup to start. Obviously, you are going to want to have a point guard. In this situation, unless you are a 6'6" or 6'8" ISO player, I would not recommend having a build over 6'6", playing the point guard role, okay? So look, I would recommend anywhere, again, this is where these 5'9" start getting viable. I would recommend anywhere 5'9" to 6'6" for the point guard height. You are obviously going to need a pure lockdown on the court and then some form of center. I prefer to play with insides, but a lot of people are going to like the popping centers because it allows for more offensive movements. I would recommend for the point guards that you are playing on a 6'3" or under build solely for the fact that it is easier to 3-hunt with. And on the 3v3 court, you have to get your threes up, okay? I'm not saying that you should force. You're going to take the twos when the defense allows it. But usually the team that is going to win in 3v3 is either the team that gets the easiest fast breaks like you're currently watching from us, or the team that is going to make the most threes. Now, in this gameplay, we are doing a lot of fast breaks. Now, keep in mind, this is very, very early NBA 2K25 gameplay, so you're going to see a lot more misses than you would normally see now. However, as you can see, we are dominating the paint and we are getting our 3-point shots up. This is just the easiest game mode. Like, there's really no other way to put it. And I think it's the fact that you can't really lose to anything RNG. Like, if you're playing the twos and somebody hits like a BS white or they make a heavy contested layup on you or something, you can lose a game off that. You cannot really lose a game in 3v3 off of one play because, again, it's not make it take it. The make it take it game modes become a little bit harder. But yeah, you basically just want to find an advantage. So in this gameplay, obviously, nobody was a great shooter at the time. So we had Dario on a slasher build. And what that allowed is that allowed him to get more rebounds, and that allowed us to attack the mismatch. So not only could he slash and get buckets, but him being on a bigger slasher was allowing us to have another offensive weapon. So you need to get your two people that you're going to run it up with and curate builds in order to win together, okay? You want to make builds based on how your team is going to play. And if you don't have a team to play with, make sure you write in the comment section or come to the stream, guys, because a lot of people find teammates off doing that. Now for 5v5 gameplay, guys, this is where it becomes the most complex and hardest to break down. You are going to need a point guard, 6'3" or under, a shooting guard between 6'3" and 6'7", a pure lockdown, okay? Somebody that can absolutely lock up, a power forward build. So this is going to be a back end that has high steal, high interior, basically just an overall good defensive build. And then you are going to need either an inside or an outside center. Personally, I had always used inside centers until I played with Black Market, but because we are running 5 out, we are using an outside center. So there is no wrong answer. That becomes more of a personal preference based on the matchups thing. But look, the game is going to boil down to, especially early in 2K, always early, it boils down to fast breaks. The team that gets more stops and scores more on the fast breaks are going to win the game. Now, obviously, you can't just score on fast breaks. You are going to need a half-court offense too. And again, this is where you are either going to play a pick and roll style or you are going to play a 5-out style. Now, if you're trying to figure out which style you should play, okay? If you are more of an ISO guy, let's say you're playing 2s and 3s and you're usually having most of your teammates spot up for you and you're usually just working without a screen, then you should consider running 5 out. But if you are more of a traditional guard, you're running PNR, you're working, you're 3-hunting, I would recommend for you guys to run pick and roll. Obviously, there's no wrong answers. Some people will even play with centers, like they'll use a post score and try to play through that. But 5 out and pick and roll are currently and have been the most effective ways to win in Pro-Am. Obviously, again, like I said, the game is extremely going to come down to who can run the fast break the best. As you guys see, majority of these clips are them missing shots and we're getting out on the fast break. So if they missed a shot, I'm running to my spot and I'm going and putting 2 points on the board. The team that is going to score in transition the most is the team that is going to win the game. I cannot stress that enough. The game comes down to breaks. Breaks are free points. Obviously, you need to score in the half court as well to limit their break points, but you got to take the break points when you can get them. They are legitimately free. I play 5v5, 2v2, and 3v3 every night live on stream, and if I didn't answer a question that you guys have, you should come through to the stream and ask, because I can get a lot more in detail on any of these things. But like I said, focus mostly on having the right archetypes that is going to take your team to the promised land. Ready to elevate your game in NBA 2K25? There's an art to mastering shooting, and in today's video, I'm gonna reveal the secrets that will turn your average jump shots into unstoppable, net-burning buckets. All right, so look, man, before I can walk you through step-by-step on how to do all of this in-game, you need to make sure that you have the right things set up. So look, first of all, let me go ahead and show you guys my jump shot. Now, this is my jump shot for my 6'6" build. I made a jump shot video for the best jumpers for every height in the game. Make sure you check that out after you watch this video. But look, this is my 6'6" jump shot, okay? Now look, pay attention. It is Jalen Tyson, Sadiq Bey, Oscar Robertson. 30-70 is the blend, 70% leaning towards Oscar. And again, I am shooting on push. This does not matter. A lot of you guys will ask me, yo, Choc, what's your release cue? What's your release cue? You guys need to find a release cue that works for you. Just because I use push does not mean that you need to use push. If you are more comfortable playing on release or you're more comfortable playing on jump, use the one that works for you. I have found my most success with push. Play around with them and find one that works better for you. Now look, another really important thing that a lot of you guys are not doing, and I'm telling y'all have to do this step by step. You need to make sure that you go ahead and get your hot zones. Now you can check this in the roster. You go to the roster and then you pull up your hot zones. If you are not playing with hot zones in every spot, you are playing at a major disadvantage in terms to your competition. The green window expands so much when you have hot zones, guys, and you also need to go get your lethal zones as well, but your green window expands so much from having hot zones, guys. So I'm telling you, take your time and go get them. The easiest way to get hot zones and even badges in general is to go down and either go to the dunes or to go to the other place. What is the name of it? The temple. Either the dunes or the temple, and you're gonna go play against Danny Dunkman, okay? You're gonna play against Danny Dunkman. The sliders are on rookie. It's the best way to get your badges. It's the best way to get your hot zones. In order to get your hot zones, you have to make 10 shots from a spot. A lot of y'all have badges and you're still missing and you can't figure it out. The reason you are still missing is because you do not have your hot zones. So get your badges, get your hot zones. I promise you, you will see the results right away. Just from having your hot zones alone, your 3-point percentage is gonna go up a ton. You also need to stop being a cheapskate and buy boosts, okay? I know a lot of y'all are like, I don't wanna buy boosts, I wanna save my VC. Buy the Gatorade Thirst Quencher, okay? That gets you an extra blue bar, and then buy jump shot boost. That's it. Buy your jump shot boost. It's 700 VC a game. You're going to make less VC than if you had no boost, but you're gonna play better, and in the long run, you're gonna make more. Because while you guys are out there losing games because you're being cheap, you could be making more VC by winning these games. So do that. Get your extra Gatorade, go do your Gatorade workouts to get you a bar for free. And I'm telling y'all, these are the little things that are gonna make a huge difference along the way. And if you guys have enjoyed any of this up to this point, wait till I get into the actual gameplay breakdown because it's gonna blow your mind. So look, let's go ahead and talk about positive takeover, okay? A lot of you guys do not understand this concept, so I need you to listen up and pay close attention. Positive takeover is arguably the most important thing in this game. It is extremely hard to right off rip green a shot. You have to get your feet wet and you have to get your takeover moving. It is very hard to just start games and hit shots. So what I recommend a lot of you guys to do is try to start the game doing something easy, whether that be getting an assist, making a layup, or shooting a mid-range. Do not come into the game shooting limitless range threes, guys. You guys are making the game way too hard on yourselves. You see the shot that he just shot? That's a bad shot. Now the shot I just shot is a questionable shot for some of y'all, but that is a knockdown, wide open, on the line, catch and shoot shot. You guys can see the next shot, I'm dexing to the corner for another easy shot, and guess what? At this point, my takeover is roaring. So I'm gonna be able to expand my range a little bit and start taking a little bit more wilder shots. As you guys can see, I'm snatching his ankles and I'm greening that easy jump shot. And look at this, my takeover is roaring at this point, okay? I have made a lot of positive plays in a row, and now look. Now I'm getting a little bit more freaky, okay? I didn't just come out the first shot of the game shooting a tough fade like that, but at this point, I can do things like that. And I'm also not just forcing tough shots, I'm taking whatever the defense gives me. Look, a wide open catch and shoot, knocking that sucker down. And speaking of catch and shoots, a lot of you guys do not know this, but for the first time, guys, pass accuracy is making a huge difference in terms of your catches. How many of you guys have been playing this game, caught a pass from somebody and been like, man, that was a weird catch. I wasn't ready for this catch, or I wasn't ready for that catch, or all of the catches were inconsistent? Guess what? The reasoning for that is because the catches are based on the pass accuracy of the person passing you the ball. The higher the pass accuracy, the more consistent the catches are going to be. As you guys can see in this gameplay, I am running with a player that has 85 pass accuracy, which is honestly the highest I've played with, because majority of the park builds that I'm running with are all in the 70s. And I'll tell you this, I shot more consistent with this dude than I shot with anybody. And I'm telling you right now, it's because my catches were much more consistent. So that is something to know moving forward. When you guys are picking your duos or your trios or the people that you want to play with, you want to make sure that you have some sort of pass accuracy on the build. And if you're not running with pass accuracy, you better be prepared for the inconsistent catches. And that's possible. Listen, you guys are going to be able to play and deal with people that have that. Oh my gosh. Look at that shot right there. Oh my gosh. You guys are going to be able to play with people that have lower pass accuracy. But I'm just telling you, for those of y'all that are like, yo, I can't get a good catch. What is wrong with this game? Is it my jump shot base? Is it this? Is it that? No, it is all based on the pass accuracy of the person. And again, another thing that you guys probably didn't know, and if you are learning anything in this video, please do me a favor, like the video and comment below. Let me know that you guys are learning stuff, because again, I'm putting stuff out. I'm trying to put y'all on game. I'm hoping that these are all things that you guys didn't know. Green Machine is still in the game, fellas. How many of y'all knew that? I guarantee y'all, none of y'all knew that. But Green Machine is actually still in the game. It is just no longer a badge, but it works the exact same. As you start stacking your greens on the back end, it is tracking your progress. The same way I was kind of saying that positive takeover matters, making some shots in a row matters. And if you notice throughout the games, if you green 2, 3, 4 shots in a row, your green window is ridiculously large and it becomes extremely hard to mistime it. Just because they took the badges out doesn't really change anything. It just means that it has the same effect for every single build. So whether you have an 82 3-pointer or you have a 99 3-pointer, your Green Machine is going to kick in the same way for the amount of shots that you hit. Now, another thing that you guys need to know is, for my people that are out there struggling with jump shots, you need to find a jump shot that you like, okay? A jump shot that you know is working for other people, and you need to stick with it. You need to find a timing that you like and stick with it. There are so many times where people are coming to my stream, or they're letting me know in the YouTube comment section, they're like, yo, I've tried this jumper and it didn't work. You trying a jumper for 2 part games is not trying a jumper, guys. These things take trial and error. You are not the greatest player on planet Earth. And even if you are, it takes time to learn something new. A lot of y'all expect to just pick this game up and be gods. Like, this is not 2K24, guys. It's gonna take you time to adjust. So please, find a jump shot that you either find visually appealing, that you see your favorite streamer, content creator, YouTuber using, and stick with it, guys. I've put several jump shots on my page already. I've probably posted about 30 jump shots in total. There should be something on there that you guys like. Pick a jump shot that you like. You know that it works because I posted it. I'm not going to lead y'all astray. I'm giving you the jump shots because they work. Take one of these jump shots and learn it, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all though, like, I see so many people all the time. They'll try a jump shot for just a few games, and if they're not shooting 70%, they throw the jumper away. Do you know how stupid that is? Imagine if you got on a build, right, and you maxed it out. It's your first time ever playing on the build, but you give yourself 3-part games, and if you don't play a certain way, you delete the build. Do you see how stupid that sounds? You guys are selling yourselves and your potential short, bro. Put the best jumper on and give it a chance. Especially for my people out there who are using like super off meta jump shots. Like, there will be somebody that's out there using like Ben Simmons jump shot, and they'll be telling me like, yo, bro, like, I don't need to play with the meta. I'm fine with Ben Simmons. And sure, you might make some shots with that jump shot, but you'd probably be a god if you were using a jump shot that's been proven to be great. You're over here trying to be different for no reason. There's not one person that is gonna play you in the park and be like, yo, bro, he's using a jump shot that nobody else is. That's so sick. Like, I bet he gets all the girls. That's not a thing, dog. Another thing that you guys need to strongly consider, let's say that you've actually done all these steps and you still are struggling, which I guarantee you that would not be a thing. I guarantee you if you do all of these steps, you will be a god. But let's say somehow, some way, you are still struggling. There are 2 more things that you can do in order to get right. Number 1, you're gonna have to improve your internet. I'm sorry, guys, it is 2024, and you are not going to be successful playing on a next-gen console on 10 upload and 10 download like some of y'all try to do. Another thing that genuinely nobody knows about is the fact that every controller has a different latency. So if you guys are using a controller, right, and you're not playing well with it, buy a different brand of controller. I'm not kidding you. The jump shot timing on controllers is actually different. For my Xbox people out there especially, you guys should not be playing with the Xbox branded controllers. And I know for some of y'all, you're sitting here like, whoa, am I selling myself short this whole time? Yes, you are beyond selling yourself short. You should consider getting a Power A or an 8-bit. These are both very, very, very cheap controllers. They cost around $30, and I'm telling you, you will see drastic improvements from having the right controller alone. And I am guaranteeing you 1000% personal stamp on it that if you guys actually spent 10 minutes of your life listening to this video cover to cover and doing these things and applying the tips that I'm telling y'all, I can guarantee you, you will be 10 times the 2K player you were. That is a guarantee. You are going up 1 time for every minute that's gone by. But listen, it's been 10 minutes. I know y'all are busy. I know y'all got stuff to do. I appreciate the love. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section or come to my stream and ask me. I am live right now and I will answer any of your questions. But I love y'all. I appreciate the support. As always, it's your boy Choc. Stay tuned for more and I'm out. Peace.